Okay. So if possible, if you can make it open your webcam, anything, so that I can know that you are there. Okay. Okay. So I will start my session over here. So I won't use any of the slides, but I will use this our demo account. Hold on a moment. Let me. Any of you already received the login, right? I think all of you already received a login. You can access in. You can access in. So no problem. Okay. Can see my screen, right? You can make sure you are unmute so that we can just direct talk. No problem. No problem, huh? Okay. Start from yesterday. Yesterday on that time, I got asked. I got asked some of you a private session, a private message, talking about whether any of the question before you start or not. I received some of the questions that for today's session. So later on, I will check one by one. Then I will try to answer all of them. If you got some of the things that you want to let me know, please type a message inside the WhatsApp room so that I can follow up with you later on. So today I have this a participant from this company called Lennor Metal. So another one is another company called Ultimate Choice from Miss Vinny, and Lennor Metal from Miss Yap. Okay. So today's session we'll start the AutoCount crowd payroll training. Then this training will focus just on AutoCount crowd payroll. So I will guide you through the whole process, what you should know for this AutoCount crowd payroll, and then what are the things that you need to take a look. So from the starting point until the ending point. So today's session we will have 3 hours time to guide you everything that you need to know about that. So starting from this subscription portal, after the subscription portal will be this the core crowd payroll, what you need to do, and then we'll touch a little bit about the e-leave, e-claim. If both of you don't use e-leave and e-claim, I just simply talk about this leave management and the claim management a little bit only. So okay, now I try to look for the whiteboard. There's no whiteboard here. No whiteboard. Okay, it's okay. Okay, now I will guide you through the subscription portal. Okay, I will guide you through the subscription portal. The subscription portal will be coming inside this page. Do you notice that there is a one something like a rotation icon over there? Once you log in inside the AutoCount crowd payroll, you should be at the first screen, right? At the first login screen, right? Okay. Okay, maybe I go back to the first one. When the time you log in, you just type payroll.autocountcloud.com so that you can enter. Then you will reach this page. This is the first one. You reach this page. Then log in with the ID and password that previously I already registered for all of you. Then if you let's say you forgot your password, then you just click on this forgot your password to reset your password. There will be one email sending to your mailbox so that you can just directly reset your password. It's very simple and easy because some of my customer asking me, Vector, how to change my password? There's no function as changing your password, but there is a function forgot your password. You just click here, you change your password, also the same effect. Okay, so another reminder, if you can open your mic, just direct interacting with me, so that because it's a very small class, so open your webcam, open your mic, just directly interact with me. Okay, if you have any question, open your mic, directly ask me also. Okay. Okay, here go to the login. Then you will come inside this page. So I will need to talk about the subscription portal, because subscription portal is the place that you want to do your this billing payment and also manage your company. So you can come inside here. This top here, there's a icon, something like a rotation icon. Go to subscription portal. You come inside this page. So this page basically just tell you your subscription, and then how many company that you are having now. So any of the desk subscription is over here. So you can open many subscription, and each of the subscription can manage many companies. What is the difference over here is one subscription will generate one bill. One subscription will generate one invoice for every month. So here you can click on the subscription details. Now the question is how you want to find the subscription ID. Your subscription ID is under the subscription detail here. This ID will be unique to your company. If let's say anything happen to your account, we will ask you, we need your subscription ID. So this is where the subscription ID is. Okay. So next one, if you want to turn on or turn off any of the global function with your AutoCount Crowd Payroll, you can click on Manage here. There is a global setting over here. E-claim, e-leave, e-attendance, and this premium. So e-claim, e-leave, if your company is currently using, please turn it on, because this is a global switch. If you turn off, that means everybody, even though they turn on individually, also cannot use. Okay, so this is a global switch. Make sure if you want to use it, then turn it on. So each of the when the time you turn on this function, if your employee is more than 10 employees or above, so each of them will the auto count will count your billing, follow the pricing structure lah. So here e-claim, e-leave, let's say you are going to use it, make sure to turn it on. And after that, go back, close down this screen, go back to previous this subscription portal. How you want to fill out your billing address? You just click on the billing address over here, then fill out your billing name, address, city, state, and postcode and the country. So auto count every month followed by the cutoff date, you will auto generate your billing inside this section over here by using this information. Otherwise, you will ask me, hey Victor, how come I only have company name without address? I cannot submit to my account. I cannot use it as an invoice. So this is a place that you want to make sure your billing is the address, everything is correct. Then make sure this information fill up completely here. So here there's a next billing date, 7th of September 2022. So it means that your billing will be generated on this date. Your invoice will be generated automatically on this date. You'll follow by every like this example is every 7. Some of them is every 8 of September. So you ask me one question, hey Victor, can I change this billing date? So sorry about that. No, once you create the first subscription, there's no way to change up. I already asked AutoCount saying that can change or not. You can make it at the first time. So every one of you, I will set at the 8th of the month, unless special request. 8th of the month. So every 8th of the month, the billing will automatic generated. So you can download from the later section. Later I'll show you. Afterwards, you need to make your payment within 10 days. 10 days. That means if you start from 8, you will need to pay this bill before 18. Before 18, so that your account won't be locked. Okay, please remember that 18 is a very good date because already after 15, right? 15 you need to pay your EPS also. All these things you can pay together with this bill together, so that everything will be fine. Okay. So just now I demonstrate where you find your subscription ID. This is important. It will be used for many of our case. If you want to troubleshoot your account. Second, billing address. Next billing date will be the invoice automatic generated date. Make sure your billing name, all these details is completely filled up. Okay, this payment method also need to be completely filled up, and you just click on the self-care. Self-care meaning that the system will do the automatic generated invoice. After that, it will show you FPX payment gateway. FPX payment gateway, something like you want to go to Lazada, Shopee, you see something that you want to buy, you want to purchase. Then after check out the card, then you proceed for the payment gateway. So this is almost the same things. You can directly make your payment through the online, so that your account will be directly unlocked, and you can continue use for another month. So this is for the self-care side. For auto payment, this one is for credit card. If let's say you want to buy to your credit card to auto payment for every month, so that no need to worry about whether every time need to come inside here, pay the bill. Only you can continue use. You can use a credit card also. So this one, both for the credit card side, the AutoCount that side will charge you RM1 just for registration purpose. RM1 to your card, so that your card will be bind inside the system, then you will continue use. Okay, so that RM1 will be that I think will be debit back if not mistaken. Otherwise, you just prepare RM1 just for registration purpose. Okay, here any issue or not? This session, no issue. Vinny, any issue or not?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay, Miss Yap, any issue or not?
No.
No issue. Okay. I'll go to the next part, billing. Okay, for next part, billing side, at the top here, there will be a payment gateway, a screen showing that this month you got outstanding how much is your bill. You need to make a payment. Then you can download the invoice and the Excel file. So this is the invoice generated by AutoCount. So here you will have two icons over here. One is the PDF. PDF is your invoice. So after download, you can see this is the invoice. This is your invoice, the sample. Okay. So next one, there will be an Excel file. Okay, this Excel file very special because this Excel file basically tells you inside this Excel file what is the explanation, how you use. So if let's say previously got some of the some of employees you process at the month before that, maybe now it's August, you're processing July's payroll, then some of the employees you process from May until June. also you need to process it and make it inside the payroll, which is the extra employee. It will tells you this all these employees will be calculated for this month's billing. It tells you a lot of the explanation. So AutoCount spend a lot of time doing this kind of Excel file, how to explain how you use the system, how it charge for each of the billing. So this subscription site will tells you all the explanation. Okay. Okay, this is for the Excel file, and then this one is for the PDF invoice. Okay, now I quickly back to the original screen. Click on the, if you don't know how to come back to the company, click on always come to here, top left corner, click on the icon. It will bring you back to the main screen. Afterwards, you can go to your company. So at my company over here, I just use the sample data from my company here to show you some of the setup over here. Okay, when the first time you come inside here, you will notice that you will have a first time setup, something similar like this. First time setup, okay. So during the first time setup, you will have this company profile information. Then all these EPF number, you need to fill in. Social number. This EPF and social number is followed by your company details. Your company like normal majikan. EPF number, what is the number? Social number for your company one. This tax number is your tax number starting from C something. Especially you are the Sdn Bhd, then it will be C something something something. Okay. This employer file number is especially for the company one, which is the filing number. Followed by the 11 digits. So HRDF contribution percentage, if you are more than 10 employees or above, should be 1%. Just put it down here. So here you can upload your company logo, so that the company logo can be configured and want to display it in any as a branding for your company. Okay. I think this part is very straightforward now. So I save and continue. Okay, fill in your company bank account. So here you just only fill in one bank account that you are going to use this bank account from the employer to pay out to the employee. So here, don't follow this example. I have set a lot of the company bank, but you only need to use one. So may I know, Miss Yap, you're using the what bank account? What company bank?
Public bank.
Public bank.
Yes.
Public bank. Okay, public bank is listed over here. So how about Vini? Vini?
Yeah.
How about you? Your company is using which bank?
CIMB.
CIMB. Okay, great. So both this public bank and the CIMB is located here. Okay, public bank is at the first one. If you don't have the bank, you just add new bank, select just now the Vini said CIMB. CIMB, type your account number. Then the state here is not so important, optional only, not so important. Then click save. Make sure it's your main account, then click save. So okay, AutoCount have a lot of banks format, which is the auto payment format, so that later on in the electronic payment side, you will have this bank format after all your employee the payroll already completed, and the electronic payment. AutoCount will base on each of your bank to generate one text file. After that, you can upload to your bank portal like CIMB portal like this public bank portal. So you follow your bank, a particular bank, follow their format. Then later on, this text file after uploaded to your portal, you complete your maker transaction. That means you want to make all these transaction details, right? So normally you might need normally you need to type everything, but now you just upload one text file over there. Within 1 minute, everything will be generated. Then it will give you a grand total how much for the preview. Then you can click save it. Then it will submit for the approvals site. Okay, so this one is AutoCount. Their one of the function and features to help you to reduce down your time for your maker transaction. No matter how many employees you have, just 1 minute settled. Okay. So after that, you will already fill up this site, no problem. Make sure which is your main account. I will click public bank, save it, and save and continue. Okay, for the next part, maintain your company allowance. Your company allowance, like this screen, AutoCount provided some this 10 default allowance, but it doesn't mean that everything that you need to use up. So which one you want to use it, you just leave it down there. Which one you don't use it, then click the dustbin or throw it away. And inside there, there's some of the details. You need to click the pen icon or the edit icon, so that you will have this screen, edit allowance screen over here. So for this attendance allowance with the description attendance, the start and end period, if you make it empty, that means nothing. That means if you make it nothing, that means all the time you will calculate this attendance allowance. For especially for those who employee which has fixed allowance, like fixed 100 ringgit. Fixed 100 ringgit, start period make it empty, end period make it empty, then this employee will continue, the payroll will continue calculate 100 ringgit for their attendance for each month. There's no starting, no ending. Okay, simple as that. Later I'll show you where is the fixed allowance, where to put the value. Now we are at the company setup. So the company setup here, important is you need to understand your attendance allowance, whether need to pay EPF social tax or pay HRDF or not. So this is the place that you need to decide here for your company. Some of your company need to pay, some of your company may not need to pay. So where is the guideline? The guideline or the standard? The standard, after researching all those EPA website, social website, tax website, and also I think HRDF, the website, all these rules. So attendance allowance, depending on your company, normally you need to pay EPA social EIS, and the tax. HRDF may not need to pay, because of this is not a fixed, a really fixed allowance. For the HRDF, their definition is this attendance allowance should be always fixed amount, will consider as need to contribute to HRDF. So for AutoCount side, it will take everything. So AutoCount, there's no default for this part. They only give you some example for the allowance name. But inside here, pay EPS, social tax, and the HRDF, everything is ticked. You need to come here and then verify which one is correct. Some of my customer will ask, hey, will your system automatic update this pay EPF, pay tax, this allowance? I don't need to think whether need to click for pay EPS social or what. This one, no. No auto update on this part. The auto update of this AutoCount is your EPF table, the rate, how is it going? And then the social table now until 4,000, which is the maximum. Sooner or later, at the parliament side already approved to increase the 4,000 to 5,000. So AutoCount on that time will update this table up to 5,000, something like that. So there's no auto update to your configuration. No auto update. So here you need to decide at the first time, at the first visit over here, this allowance whether need to pay EPF social tax or pay HRDF. Okay. So this is for this attendance allowance. Let's move to another one. Another example I want to give you is petrol. Okay. Once you come inside this petrol, very interesting thing is the petrol also take everything, pay EPF, pay social, pay tax, pay HRDF. But for petrol allowance, only three things here, something related to the traveling, related to transport, related to petrol. All these don't need to take EPF, social, and HRDF. This one should be unticked. Followed by the wages definition. Wages definition for each of the Employment Act, EPF, social, tax, and also HRDF. Follow each of the definition. All these no need to tick. So at the tax side, why need to tick? Because the tax side need to pay for the tax, but the income tax side got the tax exemption rules. These tax exemption rules are specially provided by income tax and also finalized by each year's budget. So for every year, this tax exemption for petrol allowance, traveling, and toll payment, there is a limit for every year, 6,000 per employee able to exempted for this tax. So meaning that every month you can set an allowance maximum up to 500 per month, so that if let's say 12 months, right? 12 months will be finish up this maximum limit 6,000 to be exempted for your employee. So it won't increase their PCB, but they will receive this petrol allowance as the allowance to their transport and to their car. Okay. So tax exemption rules here, AutoCount later on will use this setting to configure and also calculated your this PCB to be more tax exempted. Some of them they don't know. I saw some of the company petrol also they pay EPS also and also HRDF. But this is if they want to pay extra, no problem. But to the law side, petrol allowance and traveling allowance and transport allowance, no need to pay all this EPS also and this HRDF. Okay, I just want to make it clear. Not everything need to tick, and AutoCount by default tick everything. So you need to come inside here and we will do some like this session, do some of the discussion to let you understand. Not everything need to be ticked. Okay. So I give you maybe 1 to 2 minutes, any of your allowance that you have, but I don't mention or not. You need my clarification or not. At least you can later on set it inside, you can set directly inside your company setting also okay. Misha, any allowance that you want to have for your company, then you want to set it inside, but you don't know how to set this EPS social or tax.
Means we have staff got outstation allowance also no need to pay EPF also and HRDF. So
outstation allowance, okay.
Yes, I think I understand now. So I no need to, I only take the tax side only no. Then we also have certain like driver, they have trip allowance. That one also like you say only take the tax side. So this is what I want. So if let's say we want to have another name, we add new will do, right?
Okay, to answer just now your question, you have the allowance, two allowance name, be careful. For me, I always follow back the pre-approved words. Pre-approved words, that means already stated inside the income tax over there. They only have three words: petrol, traveling, and transport. If you have other than these three words, like just now you mentioned trip allowance, outstation allowance, you need to be careful. It may not consider as the outside of the EPS also and HRDF. Okay, so this like trip allowance and this outstation allowance. Outstation, I can say I give you an allowance for outstation, and then this allowance also cover your meal, also cover your accommodation. But this under wages definition, you only cover the petrol, traveling, and transport. Meal and accommodation which should be included inside the EPS also and HRDF. So if you put this word, so this allowance can be considered, you need to pay EPS also and HRDF. Depending on for HRDF side, depending on this is fixed or not. Normally will be need to pay EPS also and tax. So be careful on your wording. Another trip allowance for your company, the trip allowance, if let's say is your major, is the primary, I mean the primary income for that employee. So this will be definitely will be need to calculate EPS also and tax, no matter how. We need to calculate that. So even though you put the trip allowance, not necessary that it can be exempted from EPS also and tax up. Okay, for trip allowance. So for trip allowance, also one of the thing is something like a trip commission. Because your allowance is not subsidy on top of the petrol or transport or the this traveling. Is by the trip, it send the things to there, it might consider the labor cost. We need to unload the stock and then load another stock to the customer. So there's a lot of the things that I need to consider. If petrol, just directly petrol only. It doesn't calculate any other load or unload or labor charge inside there. Okay. So if for your case, normally we need to consider EPS also and also the tax. Unless you want to put it under these three keywords. Normally, these three keywords don't have any much problem because it's stated inside income tax. And also is under the tax exemption rules. Petrol allowance, traveling allowance, and toll payment. Okay.
Understand.
Okay. How about Vinny?
Hi. Actually, our company pay the allowance for the basket return and for teamwork allowance. So how about all that on?
Basket. Okay. Just for Vinny's background, her company is doing this fresh market, right?
Yeah.
Is doing fresh market. For Miss Yap, that side they are doing the transport. Transport by shipping all those goods to another customer. So I think both business nature is different, but it's a good point for sharing. Then this just now you mentioned about the basket, right? Basket allowance. How you for this basket allowance? Normally, if you is it count the every basket, right?
Yeah.
Totally, maybe one day this person can carry 100 basket, then you entitle allowance how much?
They calculate like a one basket return like a 30 cent, 20 cent, much like that.
Or is this the primary income for this employee?
Yeah.
Or I think this one is something similar to a piece rate, right?
Yeah.
Piece rate. Okay. So if this is a piece rate wages automatically calculate as the person's basic.
Basic, yeah.
Yes, it's a basic. unless you go provide the basic rate, which is 1,500 for this person. Otherwise, if let's say this person's income is just directly come from those basket, all right. So this one will be considered as the his own basic pay. It's not under the allowance. Yes, it's not under the allowance.
If we pay the basket return as extra income like that, means they already have the basic salary and overtime all, and basket return is like an extra one.
If you have another basement like the basic, then it's okay. You can count as an extra allowance.
Okay, so this one is no need to calculate the EPS also, right?
This one, yes, you need.
You need to calculate.
Yes, you need. But you don't need to count for HRDF because HRDF is because your allowance is non-fixed. Non-fixed is a variable for every month. It's a variable for everyone. So HRDF not calculate. No need to contribute. But EPF, SOSO, and the tax need to count. Just that no tax exemption. So what you need to do here is you can just click on add allowance. You can count for the basket.
Okay.
Just simply put a basket count, or you want to put as a basket also okay. Just click EPS SOSO and tax, untick the HRTF, then save it.
Okay.
Okay, so long this description are understandable by all your employee, there's no argument, no complaint, then it's okay. So we can leave it the allowance like this. So at least I answer both of you the one of the allowance example lah. Okay. So the rest of them, if let's say you have extra, we will discuss maybe in our WhatsApp message. Is it okay? Okay. Here I continue for next part. Okay, for this part, there's a company deduction here. Company deduction only eligible for those lawful deduction. Lawful deduction, something like this salary adjustment. Some of the things like you already seek the mutual agreement with the employee to deduct some of the insurance or all these things. And there's one thing called indemnity, which is the employee maybe spoil one of the company asset you want to pay back. That one is the lawful deduction. So other than that, depending on your company situation. So most of the company here may not do a proper lawful deduction. They will put in this lateness inside here. Actually, lateness cannot be deducted in according to the Employment Act. Lateness cannot be deducted, especially for any absenteeism, cannot be deducted for the amount. Cannot. But you can deduct directly inside the attendance allowance. That one no problem. So if your company insists to proceed for the lateness deduction, we will add one late over here and followed by the formula. So our lateness deduction followed by the formula, which is this one, basic divided by 26 divided by 8 times with the lateness time. That means if this person employee late by 1 hour, we will follow the ORP calculation to times with the how many hours the person late. So this is our calculation method for the lateness. So I'm not sure whether is it your calculation method or not. So this late deduction, since I think both of you got this this time attendance for our company, so here I will bring in this value to the system. Then the system will automatically calculate the late-in time by using the deduction code over here. Okay. So this will be the formula. So during the implementation time, I'll help you to do all this implementation. Okay. So for the advanced pay, advanced pay is not under this deduction. Don't make it wrong. Advance pay is not here. Cannot be deleted. Okay, advance pay no need to create here. Advance pay is available inside the system under the process payroll that side. So advance pay, if anybody want to get the advance pay, you fill in another section, not under the deduction over here. AutoCount will specially make one advanced section inside the system. Okay, so I only put one link over here. In here, any of you got special deduction or not? We start from Michelle.
Victor, we have loan, no? We have staff it's some sort like loan. Let's say my staff will advance for from the company for 5,000. Then they will ask for deduction, maybe split into 10 installment or split into 5 installment. So like you say, it will show in the payroll there, right? So I think I know what you mean, no?
Okay, Michelle's question is about the advance in a big amount. After that, pay by installment. Okay, so your keyword is installment. If you let's say it's going by installment, this is not the definition of advance. I'm talking about inside the payroll terms, how I interpret this advance. For the advance, maximum only can borrow 1 month salary, maximum. Maximum only can advance 1 month salary, and in some of the certain circumstances, you only can advance up to 50% of the salary. So this is the actual definition of the advance. So if let's say he borrow more than his own salary, this one is not so called as advance. It's outside really. So that one will be considered as a loan and pay back every month. So this is the definition. We make the definition right first. So and the advance inside the Employment Act, there's a lot of the clauses to talk about what kind of the advance can be really made to the employee. So there's a lot of things. So most of these employers, they actually they just advance only because they only got one reason: employee don't have much cash on their pocket. That's why direct advance. But in fact, this one cannot do like this. There's special reason already stated. If you outside the special reason you provide to the employee, actually is not a good beneficial to the employee side. Okay, but however, Malaysia practice a little bit different. Okay. So for your side, I think later on when we discuss the loan section. Loan section. Okay, not advance.
Okay, it's a loan but deduct from their salary every month, no?
Yes, there will be a special function, automatic deduct.
Okay. After you show me, no?
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Vinny, any special deduction that you have?
Yeah, we got the short delivery deduction, hostel fee deduction, and employees foreign workers permit deduction.
Oh, permit, right? Permit. This permit, I think, is directly deduct from their net pay. So you no need to take any of the things over here.
Sorry?
So your foreign worker permit, right? Foreign worker permit, you just directly deduct, untick the EPS, social tax, and HRDF.
Okay.
But you put a permit. Okay, this is how you make your deduction. But one thing you need to take note at the government side, if not mistaken, the employer should pay for this employee to hire this foreign worker inside cannot deduct directly from this foreign worker, especially for the permit fee. You can do that, but it's my advice that not to do that because it should be paid by the company itself.
Okay.
Okay. So this part, you need to be aware. Okay.
Or maybe we can label as a loan.
You cannot deduct like that because of your reason. Your reason for the permit. The cost should be paid by the employer. It's not paid by the employee. If your this company still insists to go for that, you just follow what they want to say. Because when happen to be some of the penalty or fines, you directly go to the company. It's not under you.
Okay, understand.
I know some of the practices is not so practical, but theory or the law stated is like that. Law stated is like that, but when we want to do for practical, we follow what your company say. This is the gray area that need to take note.
Okay.
Because the cost should be paid by the employer, not that foreign worker. Okay. Just now I mentioned other than the permit, then what are the another two?
Short delivery deduction.
Short valuated deduction.
Short delivery deduction.
Short delivery deduction. What is that? What is that mean?
Some lorry driver they miss the delivery the goods to customer, so we deduct the amount.
Not in time, right? Oh, so customer complain.
Yeah, customer complain they didn't receive the goods.
So this one you manually calculate the value and put inside as a deduction, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how is your formula looks like? Also followed by the ORP or what how you calculate?
Let's say we issue the invoice for 24 ringgit. They didn't deliver the goods, so we deduct the 24 ringgit from their salary.
Okay. For this one a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky. You can put the short delivery. You can put this short delivery, but I need to give you some idea. Any deduction you cannot directly deduct to the basic rate. That's follow the law. Follow the law. You cannot deduct directly to the basic rate, but you can deduct to their allowance.
Okay.
That means if let's say the employee provided with the performance allowance, something like performance allowance, if nothing happened, this 300 ringgit will be all yours. If happen to be a short delivery, okay, deduct 100. Okay, if next time complain 2 times, then the performance allowance gone. Finish. You only take basic.
Okay.
So another way is if the basic rate is let's say 1,500, let's say that. So the performance allowance is very high, 500 or 600. If you short delivery 1 time, then 100 gone. 2 times, 300 gone. 3 to 4 times, then all the 5 to 600 gone.
Okay.
You can deduct the allowance, but you cannot deduct the basic rate.
Okay.
If you put as a deduction over here, it will directly reflected to the basic rate. For the basic pay, directly reflected to basic pay.
Okay.
If you want to change your structure, it's okay. But this one, a little bit dangerous.
Okay.
So for this short delivery, I think is directly deduct to their pay, right? Or this one is deduct and deduct to their pay, including EPS also, all these things?
Mm.
Previously, how you calculate?
Since we're doing the manually, right? So I write down at the deduction part, short delivery, that's all.
Then you will include, that means if let's say it's 1,500, short delivery 100, then the final amount will be 1,400, right?
Yes.
So you will take this 1,400 to calculate EPS also or not? Or you just
So
directly take 1,500?
1,500, I calculate the EPS also.
Oh, so that means your short delivery is directly deducted to the net pay.
Yeah.
Directly deduct to the net pay. Okay. So your customer asks for refund, is it?
Yeah.
Or your customer asks for refund, you will become for them the driver need to pay back.
Yes. Because recently our delivery, they got so many short deliveries, so our employee become this deduction format.
Oh. If let's say directly deduct from the net pay, you can continue this way lah. For this way to ask them to as an indemnity payback to company lah. Because
Okay.
customer trust company will charge to the employee, right?
Yeah.
In another words, this word is happening to be inside the Employment Act. Indemnity.
Indemnity, okay.
So you can use this word as like the employee payback to the company
Okay.
because of company suffer some losses due to the performance or due to the customer chargeback. You can all put it under this keyword. Salary adjustment or overpay or short pay or short delivery, you can think of those other words, but your category should be grouped back to this category.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. So this indemnity may be having the EPS also, all these things are. And for your case, I think this just now I mentioned short delivery, no need to have EPS also, tax also okay.
Okay.
Based on your situation, what I listen to you is okay. Okay, once you have done, okay, I'll quickly make one. Okay, one thing important for the code, every order code, don't make it like a space bar or this one. This one is wrong. No space, and make it short. And if really you want to make a space, please make an underscore. In the code, no space bar, no special any special symbol. Don't have funny things inside. Funny thing which is cannot be readable. If you really want to put it, put an underscore here. Yes, you can do that. Make it as a standard practice. So AutoCount here can accept the space, but you're having a trouble for the system running side. Sometimes when the system run, you will consider this space as something else. So it will become corrupted. So every time you will make a code, make sure it's linked. No space, no things in the middle. For description, yes, you can put this. Any of the code and description, make sure you have this practice. Short code description, you can make it long. Blah, 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 anything. But not to say too long because later on this description will be need to display inside your payslip. Later on your payslip will have out of the range. So all these you need to have some control. That will be delivery. Okay, save. Okay, this part done. So I answer some of your example, some of your questions, so that I will continue for the next part. Okay, this calendar setting for both for your company not so important. Not so important because you got use the time attendance system. So here become not so important. So you just make sure your code is default. State is follow your state. Then after that, put the rest day for the every month Sunday. Then every Saturday is this one is PM. If your Saturday is working half day, right? Your rest will be starting from the second half. You need to put PM. Then after that, save and continue. So calendar is not important. It will be covered under the time attendance side. So next one, import the employee. You can download your spreadsheet template. There's an employee wizard over here. This one actually is a very simple employee wizard. You just fill in the necessary information here. It's a quick one. It's a quick one. So this red color meaning is a compulsory field. Compulsory field. Then the name you can fill up here. Maximum 60 character. There's some of the explanation over here. Some of the box you can choose are single, married, divorced, widow. You can choose. IC number, you can see either IC or passport. You just fill in if any of the one of the box, even though it's red color. So join date must follow the format here. Then payment by, you can choose. So most of the boxes, AutoCount will set up which one can choose, which one cannot choose. And especially for the department code, here I got a lot of the departments here already set up. If your side don't have the all these department code, you can always choose default first. No problem. Once you fill up everything, okay, employee group, you need to fill up as standard. Fill up as standard. The rest of the things, once you fill out completely, the green color is not so important, so you can leave it blank. Once you've done all these things, save it, then come back to this screen, select the file from here or drop here, then all your employees will be updated inside here. Okay, I made a quick example. Default code is ES, then married, okay, put either one. Join date is 0101. Payment by bank transfer. Default wages type is monthly. Basic rate 3,000. Monthly. Employee type. Employee type piece. This one no need to use. Okay, normally my practice my practice is even though it's green color, for this is active side, I just make sure it's one. Okay. So once I'm done, if you have more records, just repeat the second row, third row. After finish ready, save it. Click here, save, and then close this part. Then I go and look for this part, employee wizard. Open up. So it will show you this preview screen. If there is no error in front, then this file is definitely okay. Then go and import and continue. So successful import one, continue. So for the wizard already done. This is most of the things that you need to do. So later on, we'll go inside the details. So before I go into there, any issues or not? Miss Yap, any problem?
Fine, Victor, fine.
Fine, okay.
Understand.
Understand. Vinny,
Yeah, so far I understand.
so far understand.
Mm-mm.
Let me drink a water first. Okay. So once this part complete already, we close this first time setup wizard. Then next thing, we go into the details. So in these details, at the first screen, you have the employee self-service. If let's say if you do not see the employee self-service because of this employee does not assign to any of the email address, so you won't see this screen. You only see the dashboard. The dashboard, how many headcounts you have, how many join, how many exit, all this information will be here. A very quick dashboard. You can take a look later on. At this calendar, it will stated all your this like blue color is your rest day. Then this yellow color, sorry, this orange color will be your public holiday. Yellow color will be today. So the green color side will be which person taking the leave on this particular day. You can click here and see the details. If you are assigned to see other people's by using e-leave, you can come inside here. If you have the access to the group, then you can always know that this which person is taking the leave. So you can use this calendar to do some pre-plan. Okay, you no need to ask the person, but you know that this person taking a leave. It's easy as that. Okay, this one is for the calendar. Not much things to be played around here. Okay, we come into the payroll. Inside the payroll side, you need to go inside this employee maintenance. So this is all the employee details over here. All the employee details. So about the navigation of this screen is almost similar to the AutoCount accounting. They want to inherit those the good points of the previous AutoCount accounting table. So what are the good points? You can do the filtering. If I say I want to find vector, you show me everything about vector. Okay, this is the filter side. If I want to see a department, yes, I can go to see the department outlet. You give me outlet. So how about the global? I don't know which column is it. I want to find those part-time. You give me everything about part-time. Okay, I can type on top. I can type on the header there. So how to call out this filter? How to call out this filter? You can mouse over to any of the blank side over here. Blank. Click show or hide filter. Just now I'm hiding my filter. Now I'm showing up the filter. So you see the difference, right? I'm showing out the filter. So if let's say you accidentally filter something, then somebody you do not see, then later on, you already hide the filter. So you need to show the filter up, clear or show the filter up, clear all those filter, or you can use clear all filter to view everything. Okay. So next one, toggle the word wrapping. Toggle word wrapping, which is your word is too long. You want to make it at the second line, you can toggle the word wrapping over here. Then important things here is column chooser. Okay, for this column chooser, you can select which column you want, which column you don't want, just throw it away. Okay, let's say I want to see job title. You show me job title. If I don't want, I just take it out. I want to see this user created on when. I just click here, you show me the created on this date. As simple as that. So this is a column chooser. You can choose what you want. Then later on, here you can directly drag to another side. Position it. Position as what you want. So other than you can drag and drop, you can click on the sorting side. And then you can click on export. When the time you export, you will export as an Excel. Then you will get the same thing. All this information very quick and easy. Okay. So I spent a little bit of time explaining how to navigate this table. Almost similar like the AutoCount accounting, so that but it will give you the basic features. Okay, so when the time you want to add a new employee, already first method you already add from the wizard just now, right? The wizard download the Excel file, all these things, fill up. Then this is the first method. Second method, you can come inside here, click on Express, type the name, then IC, passport, everything you fill up, click Save. You will quickly add one employee inside. So for this part, the employee number is automatic generated from the system. Okay. So how about if you want to add the full complete details of the employee, you can click Add New. It'll give you one big screen. Then the employee number is new. Just fill up here. So the difference between the complete this big screen is you can have a lot more the forms that you need to fill out, which is very detailed. So for the first one is active and has e-leave, e-claim, has attendance, require face recognition. Which function that you need to use or you want to assign to this employee, just tick it, make it tick. So AutoCount will remind you if activating more than 10 e-claims will affect your subscription charges. So if you don't use it, then just take it out. If you don't assign to this employee, just take out. You can assign to others. So long it's below 10 users for this e-leave or e-claim is free for the add-on. Also same as the time attendance, which is lower than 10 employees using the time attendance, it will be free. This one, the time attendance is not for your case, because you have the thumbprint machine, right? You have a thumbprint machine, so you don't need to use this one. You just make the tick become untick. If you have e-claim, tick here, and e-leave, just tick here. If you you just make these two tick over here. The next thing you follow by the IC and passport, you just fill up either one. So all these fields, very important thing is just look at those asterisk. Red asterisk is compulsory, you need to fill out. And other than those red asterisk, those fields that I mentioned, you need to fill out because it is important for the later part. Those I don't mention is up to you to fill out. It's optional for you to fill out. So like marital status, need to fill out single. Here IC you need to fill out. So you will fill up the date of birth, age, everything's over here. The rest it is optional for you to fill up. Then later on, next one, go to the spouse information. Okay, spouse information for the spouse name. Some of my customer ask me, "Hey, spouse name, I don't want to fill out, can or not?" Yes, you no need to fill out also, no problem. Because if let's say something, maybe one day emergency want to look for your spouse to help, maybe the information is not enough. If you don't want to fill up, is also okay. Just leave it blank because it's not a compulsory field. So the compulsory one that I want to tell you is number of tax deductible child. So if one family got 3 child and the children is their children is more than 13 years more than 18 years old or above, will be affected inside the PCB calculation. So if you had 3, you just make it 3 over here. Behind here, this is an important point. Click on the calculator. See the condition. So child under age of 18 years old, 1 relief point. So number of children 100% and 50%. 100% meaning that either the husband or wife want to declare to get this relief point or not. So if declare under the husband side, just click here, put 1 point. Just like that, put 1 point. So if this one is not declared under the husband side, this one is let's say it's 0. Declare under husband and wife, both half separate, is fair for them. You just put 1 point at the husband side, another 1 point for the wife side. If let's say both of them is working under your company. So if let's say 18 years old studying full-time in diploma, you got 4 points. You just put 1 over here for 1 children. So this one make it 0. Declare C depends on declare under husband or wife. That's it. Once you're done already, click apply. You will state here 4 points. Okay, what does it mean by 4 points? For under the PCB calculation that time, 1 point equals to 2,000 per year for the tax exemption, for the rebate. 1 point is 2,000. 4 points, 8,000. So if you have children which is very hardworking, also study diploma onwards, these parents can obtain the tax exemption from the income tax. If lower than that, yes, 1 point for the tax deduction, tax exemption. Okay, this one I think understand. Okay, next one. Is spouse working? This one important. Spouse working and not working also got difference. If spouse is working, no tax rebate. If spouse is not working and tick this box, then the system will calculate there's a tax rebate 4,000 per year. 4,000 per year. So I saw many of my customers forgot to tick here. Then you will ask me, hey Victor, how come my PCB is so high? Last time it's not like that. Now suddenly spike up. So because of this setting, spouse is working or not working also differs a lot. So the rest of them, text number, phone number, address, not important. You want to fill out or not fill out is up to you. Okay. If you fill up, that means you got the complete information of this particular employee. Next time emergency things happen, you can direct contact the spouse, or you have other emergency contact, also okay. Okay, next one, go to employment. Or before that, any questions or not? No. Vinny, any questions? Because I can't see your screen.
No questions.
No. Okay. So here I will speed up faster. I think payroll information job title very simple. Department, you just choose the default department, or otherwise you can click on the gear button here to add a new department. Add here, after that you choose inside the system. Okay. So wages type you need to choose correctly. If you have monthly worker, then you click monthly. Here you put basic rate. Here. Okay, so if let's say this one is daily, then you need to put a daily rate. Don't put daily and here put 1,500 up. Don't do that. Even though I'm thankful if you pay me that kind of amount is okay. So if you choose which wages type, then you need to put the correct basic rate. Okay. Payment by the bank transfer or the cash or check. If the person no need to use anything like something, if you see the AutoCount, they design the interface is like this. They have a drop down menu. If let's say this drop down menu, you choose the thing ready. If you don't want to use it, just click on the red cross, the gray cross button, the round cross button to delete it. So the field will be empty. It applies to many of the user interface at the behind side. So here I choose monthly, and here I put 1,500. Bank payout, I will choose public bank. Okay. If you notice here, there is a employment history. So you can click here. You can add in here previously inside your company, not other company, inside your company, effective date, start from which date this person got what kind of job title. Example, start from as a junior, maybe junior admin officer. Start from this particular date. Basic rate is how much? Later on, after that, after maybe 1 year working, promoted already. No longer junior, it's a normal admin officer. So basic rate will be increased. So you can put down the increased basic rate over here. So this site can track all the employment history inside your company from the day one until finish, but not for previous employment outside of your company. It's not for that. And here is just for reference record only. You fill out what will be saved inside the system. It does not have any special function yet. I'm not sure whether AutoCount in future they will expand this function or not. But currently there's no, just for your reference, you just keep the record only. Okay. So other than that, these default rules are no use. For your case, no use. Next one, for the employment info, let's say have the director fee, you just fill up here. So this director fee will be act as a basic rate, will be paid out every month. So if not using this, make it empty. Calendar, just choose default calendar. Employee group, standard. Okay, this employee group later on, I will explain a little bit about this employee group. Okay, overtime you can choose monthly pay, OT, monthly pay here. So if let's say your employee is monthly worker, you need to choose monthly pay for calculate the OT. If let's say it's daily, then you need to choose the daily table. Okay, if you turn off, that means this person, no matter time attendance for OT or not, the system will not calculate because of this box is empty. So make sure there's something inside here. Okay. Join date. Put down a join date. Okay. If you double click on this box over here, it's not function. Some of the box, if you click here, it will show today's date. It will update you the today's date. You can try and error for this part. For here, you can click here and choose the actual date, the actual join date here. Then once confirm, you put a confirm date. If resign, you can put a resign date. And in this AutoCount function, once you put the resign date, you click save, it can generate an instant EA direct print out that the employee take and go. No need to wait until end of the year. You need to post to this employee. They do it for this kind of the purpose. Okay. Okay, up there is a previous employment entry. This previous employment entry is to key in those employee just joined maybe by this month. August, but on the January until July, he was working in another company. So you need to key in the previous employment history. So normally you will need to key in just one lump sum amount. I don't know why AutoCount do January until July. It's impossible for you to take every month, right? Very impossible. So what you need to do is you just request one TP3 form. TP3 form from this employee whereby they have contributed PCB in their previous company. Request one TP3 form from them, then the TP3 form will have all the lump sum amount. So you just take the lump sum amount, key in inside the normal remuneration, category 2, category 3, fill up everything in one of the month will be enough. My suggestion is at the previous month, okay already. You don't need to fill up every month. The employee also unable to tell you. So if you don't do this previous employment history, when the new employee come, previously the person will contribute PCB, but suddenly don't contribute PCB also. So when they join your company without previous employment entry, system will treat this person as a fresh grad, just newly joined, and then no PCB contributed. So this is the difference. If you go fill in, yes, you got the system will help you to calculate the following month PCB calculation. Otherwise, no fill up, no calculation for PCB. So if the employee suddenly get the payslip, I just joined this month, but how come my PCB is 0? Previously, I don't contribute PCB. You can only say you don't provide me the data, the previous month data, I cannot calculate PCB for you. So you can declare your income tax on the following month through your personal tax filing. So pay more on that time. So this year cannot do anything. Okay, so I think I answer most of the situation things. I continue the next one. Okay, 10:30. Okay, I got 1.5 hours to go. So here I continue with the EPA table. This EPA table, in the statutory requirement, EPA table, you need to make sure currently is 11 and 13%. Start from July onwards, 11 and 13%. For the foreign worker, which is no need to contribute, like what I say, just take the here, the round cross box, round cross icon over there to cancel it. No EPA table, that means no contribution. Okay. So next one. If let's say you have the EPA table, you just choose the 11 and 13, fill up the EPA number, and followed by the social category. Social category for the local worker, followed by category 1. For foreigner, followed by category 2. Category 2 just only accidental scheme only. The disability, this scheme is not entitled by this foreign worker. So next one, if foreign worker got category 2, not contribute to EIS, untick the EIS. Just make sure it's category 2 and social number. And foreign worker, after they got applied for the social, they will have a special number. Normally it's followed by the passport number or followed by the acknowledged letter number. You can fill up at the social number over here. Okay, next, income tax. Tax status, just put it as resident. If let's say you got hire the expatriate from the other companies, then you need to follow the non-resident scheme. So for more details, you can always call to the income tax office, ask them what you want to do for calculate their PCB. Normally, expatriate first 180 days when they come to work inside the Malaysia, they will need to pay the highest tax rate first for the first 180 days. Afterwards, they will back to the resident this normal contribution rate. Okay, for more details, please just call up the income tax department, income tax office. Okay, so this tax for the employee tax number, you need to put down their SG something here. So every person when they want to contribute the this PCB, they should have a tax number, and this tax number must be applied by themselves from the income tax office, starting with SG something. If other than this character, maybe they have some other special code. Okay. Down there, all these others are so far no fill up, no need to fill up. Then here, if let's say foreign worker contribute HRDF, this one just untick. If let's say yes, you just tick contribute HRDF. You can switch it on or off. Okay, this part is the addition and deduction. This addition and deduction is important that just now I mentioned, if let's say you have an employee have the petrol allowance for 500 ringgit every month, and the value is fixed, you can take petrol allowance here, uncheck, take this pen icon, uncheck the EPS also, HRDF. This one is fixed. Okay, then you go for there's no start and end. The amount you put 500, then click save and apply here. So you notice that the amount is 500, so that every month when you open the new payroll already, this 500 automatic put inside. So it won't be changing. Okay, so this one is the 500 amount. Any fixed allowance, fixed deduction, or fixed let in or let out, then this one need to fill up here. Those which is changing value for every month depending on the situation. Like this month, they don't receive. Next month, we receive maybe 100 ringgit. Another few more months don't have. Then this situation will be considered as a variable allowance. Variable allowance all key in inside the later section called ad hoc payroll item. It's not inside here. This section is only for fixed allowance and deduction. Okay. Then followed by the other information. Other information you can fill out as you wish. This one is not so important. Okay, bank account. Bank account is the bank account that you want to pay out from your company bank to their employees' company bank. No, sorry. Employees' bank account, not company bank. Employees' bank account. So, for this bank account, at the bank which is used by the employee. If let's say all your employees is followed by the company bank using the same public bank or CIMB, you can fill up back the public bank or CIMB. So nowadays, no matter what bank they are using, I think for the bank transaction, their side, there's no further charges already, so can directly just do the interbanking to any of the banks, no problem. So once you have the bank name ready, put the bank account and the beneficial name. So after that, save the record. Okay. Save the record. Next one, go to invite user. Okay, this invite user a little bit important. If let's say you could use ED or eClaim. From here, you can start invite the user by key in their email. Click invite user here, key in their email. Resolve the mind. So the asset group you just put as an employee. You can invite the user into your company's AutoCount Cloud Payrolls account to start using the e-leave for the employee self-service. They can apply the leave, they can apply the claim, then submit for their superior to do the approval. So this is how you invite the user. Very simple and easy. Okay, next one. For the later part, attachment, face recognition, this one you no use up. So far for your case, not using. Okay. Okay, so far so good for this part. Any questions, Michelle?
Victor, just now I was understanding addition and deduction is a fixed lah. Okay.
Yes, it's a fix.
So I have a non-fixed one, right? Later you just guide me lor. Then the attachment is for what kind of attachment here?
Okay, this attachment normally you can use for their resume, because
Oh,
first time join in, you need to have resume or application form. But
Oh,
normally
okay.
you won't need to store inside here because the file size is too small, 5 MB only.
Oh, I see.
You can
Okay.
keep a hard copy in another place or a link. Better don't put inside here lah. Okay, too small already.
Okay. So as what you say just now, the deduction is fixed. Let's say like my company got loan, right? We fix the deduction here, can or not? Means to say,
That
okay.
one is at the loan function. The loan function is later on will be explained inside here in
Okay.
block already.
Okay.
Loan.
Okay. Okay.
It's not under the addition and deduction.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay. How about Vinny?
I understand so far. No, don't have any
Understand so
question.
far? Okay, good. Code is duplicated. Oh no. New code also duplicated. Okay, put something else. Okay, save. Okay, so I already successfully created one user here, the employee here. Okay, once done already, there's a lot of records here already, right? So what because if you have a lot of employees, how you going to manage them? Manage them in the sense of if let's say the government release one new scheme, the employee need to contribute 12%. And employer for still maintain 13%. Once you configure a new table already, then you can go inside here, click on batch edit. No matter you have no matter you have 10 employees, you have 100 employees, this batch edit is to quickly update anything that you want to update, like EPF. Click on EPF, special rate 9%, 13%, because this one is not applicable anymore. So if I want to quickly change, I can open up all by using the page view. That means 50 items per page. Open up everything, check on the checkbox over here. Up there, I just select here 11 and 13% standard rate. Update selected employees. You tada, change everything. Once this EPF table already changed, need to click save button to update to every employees. Okay. So all the employees will be updated successfully. No matter you have one employee, you have 100 employee or 1,000 employee, one click, settle everything. So other than EPF, there's a lot of the things that you can directly search and update here. So normally, if you have any overtime table which is not up to date, you can type overtime. Then you can select here, okay, office worker. Oh, this one is daily pay. Service worker, okay, this one hourly pay. You can click one by one, update here, then after that click save, then system will update back to each of the employee also. So you don't need to come into the each of the employee maintenance update, save one person, then go to another person. You just one screen, update everything, save, it will automatic update back. Simple and easy. Okay, so this is for the batch update function over here. Okay, so employee maintenance, I already explained, finish. Next one, I will go into general maintenance. I won't touch much for today because this part will be have a lot of the discussion later on. The only things I want to let you know is you will ask me about how about those leave entitlement. For first year until second year, 8 days will be set under which part? For AutoCount crop payroll, all these will be set up inside the employee group. This one that is important that you need to know. Employee group. Okay, so for the employee group, under the standard here, edit inside, there is a service duration year, 0 to 2 years, entitled 8 days. So behind there, actually brought forward is should be 0. By default setting is 0. So according to your company policy, whether how many days you can brought forward to the next year, you can set inside here. So expired date, meaning that after you already brought forward all these 5 days to the next year, when will it expire? So that means this employee only can brought forward 5 days and must finish up these 5 days before next year's 31st of March, depending on your expiry date. So this one will follow by your policy. So some of the company policy, they say you can brought forward 5 days to next year, but you need to finish up before Chinese New Year. They will set a date. So this expiry date will be calculated after you've done the year end of this whole system. For this year end processing, we will be discussing this topic in more details for next year. Next year around January time, we will host one year end workshop to talk about any year end things that you need to know. Okay, so today's only talk about the monthly operation of the payroll. Okay, so for the annual leave, you can set like this. Hospitalization, this one, MC, and paternity leave. Okay, important for paternity leave. Start from 1st September onwards. The paternity leave for compulsory for everybody must have at least 7 days. From 0 till 99, entitled 7, brought forward 0. Followed by the latest, the Employment Amendment Act. So this Employment Amendment Act I will discuss it on the next seminar, most likely to be next week or another week. Okay, so for this information will be updated to you on that time. Okay. Okay. This part, the entitlement. Any questions or not? Michelle, any questions?
Victor, like you say, the brought forward 5 day, right? Just say we do not have an expired date, so we don't need to put the date. Will do with it.
Yes. Yes.
So your maternity leave, right? Entitled 7 days means what? Means 1 week, 7 days.
Maternity leave, paternity leave, that means every 1 year will be entitled 7 days.
Oh, I see.
Will be entitled 7 days.
Okay. Understand already. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Michelle. And Vinny?
I don't have the question regarding this, but I have question regarding the EPF.
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 Meaning back to the employee maintenance here? Is it
Yeah.
this one? Okay. What's your question?
Okay, the employee age above 60, they no need to pay the EPF, right? So company only contribute the 4% EPF.
Okay, this is a
So
good question. So, okay.
So if we apply for employee contribution 11%, how we calculate here? Because employee, they apply 11% contribute.
Okay, this is how you're going to do. First of all, system will notify the payroll user, that means you, that which employee is over 60 years old. It will notify you, bring you some notification. So this notification actually need to turn on in the system here. Go to tools, notification setting. You need to make sure it's turned on for the EIS 60 years old notification, EPF notification required to change. All this must be turned on. This is a notification setting. Under tools, notification setting. Make sure everything turned on. Okay. So system will notify you once this person over 60 years old. Okay, second things. Once this you receive a notification, the system won't automatically help you to switch the category. No, it won't help you to switch. You need to go and go to their each of the EPF table, change it to here don't have the rate. Okay, the standard rate will be 0 and 4%. 0 and 4% for the Malaysian. You need to change it to 0 and 4% because 4% contributed by the employer. 0%, that means the employee no need to contribute. Here do not have this table. Actually, it's 0 and 4%. If you do not see any table here, what you can do is tools, go to EPF, add a new one. Then after that, put down this one 0 and 4%. Employee, you can put any of the wording here. Don't put employee over 60. Standard rate above 60 years old. Okay, put like this, standard rate. Okay, over 60 years, percentage, employee is 0. Employer, the rate which is below 5,000 is 4%, above 5,000 is 4%. So this is not, I simply say, this rate is stated inside the EPF website. It's not, I simply say 4%, then 4%, no. It's stated inside the EPF website. So you can always go to the EPF KRSP website and find the correct rate. So in the system here, just simply set up 0 and the rate which is 4% over here, save it. So once you have this table ready, then go back to the employee maintenance. If let's say only one person affected, you just click that one person, statutory requirement, change it to 0 and 4%. And save the table. For the social category, if let's say it's over 60 years old, you need to switch to category 2. Over 60 years old, switch to category 2. So contribute EIS after 60 years old, you need to untick. Okay. Once this one done already, then click save. Okay, am I answer your questions, Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I check your question. Is it EPF also EIS must deduct all the employees, part-time contract employees? Not necessary. If let's say is your employees under contract of service, which is under as an employee under your company, yes, you need to contribute EPS also EIS. For the allowance side, is subject to what type of allowance that you provided. So
Okay.
part-time and contract worker, contract or you can say is a subcon depending on the service they provide. Some of the subcon is they provide invoice to you. They provide invoice to your company. That one no EPS also for them. Okay. If let's say it's an outsource, also no EPS also for them.
Okay.
For part-time you need to see whether the part-time, what's the definition of part-time. Part-time will be considered as 30% or up to 70% of the full working employees time. If a full working hours for per day is 8 hours, 70% will be almost like 6 hours. If lower than that, considered as a part-time. Then part-time will have a even lower benefit, lower down benefit. So they might have something like a holiday. Holiday they entitled only 7 days. So annually they will entitle a lower rate. Full-time worker will have 8 days in a year. So part-time will have 6 days in a year. The benefit will be slightly different. But EPF, also all these things should be contributed.
Should be.
Unless it's an internship. Internship will be receiving the allowance because internship is not considered as an employee. So long as an employee, yes, you need to contribute EPS also.
Okay.
Second one, can change allowance amount. All the allowance amount, it depends on the two criteria that I mentioned. Fixed allowance and another one is variable allowance that I'm going to discuss later on. Fixed one, I already show you. So the variable allowance need to key in every month one. This one is the part that I will show you later on.
Okay.
Okay. Misha, because your question all audio message, so I cannot answer straight away. So I not jot down all the question down so that later on, if you have some more question, you just direct speak up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Vinny's question is: we did internal billing, so all fresh choice employee salary done by us. Continuous choice. Calculate salary altogether, bill separately after keying salary in the system. We won't calculate the EPS also for salary. Will be done through the payroll. Will calculate the bill separately. Done through the payroll. Okay, for both ultimate choice and the fresh choice, each of the company should have an internal payroll process. They should have this. Even though you say it's also done by you, both also you need to done the payroll. This one no escape. So if you will do the internal billing is related to account side, how it charge.
Yeah.
Account side, the internal billing is not nothing related to payroll.
Okay.
Nothing related to payroll. So you don't need to take it so complicated inside the payroll process. No. That one is account how you charge from company to company. So even though the employee work for another site, also no issue because for your site still calculate the payroll for both company. That's it.
Okay. So this cloud payroll, we can open another company one franchise.
Yes, you can open another company. So how to open another company, which is you go back to this subscription portal here. Now here you see create new company.
Okay.
Just add here. Then fill out your company name, registration number, all these things. Then default value, everything done easily. Then confirmation, you create the company. Then you can straight do your things over there. Then repeat the same step for the new company setup. Okay. You won't calculate EPS also for the fresh choice. This one you should calculate EPS also for their salary. For your case, you should calculate how to bill each other. This one is account side, but payroll you should calculate the EPS also because they are the employee for that company. You need to see it as a different entity, different organization. This employee, even though how it interviewing, this and any of the company should have pay EPS also to each of the employee under that company. How to key in if got other incentive other than allowance? Basket amount. I think this one is the variable allowance that you mentioned. Okay, now we move on to variable allowance.
But I need to ask, for fresh choice, we don't have the EPF account. So we're using the ultimate choice account to pay the EPF so all.
You use ultimate choice. Then that fresh choice is a company name, right?
Yeah, that one is Singapore company. So we build all ultimate choice. We pay on behalf on them, so we pay all on for ultimate choice, then we build for them.
Oh, it's a Singapore company.
Yeah.
So they send their worker over here only, right?
Workers is working here.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one, all the fresh vegetables we deliver to Singapore. So they were working for Singapore.
Oh. Okay, for this case, right, since this one is under the Singapore company, it's not under the Malaysia. So the payroll for the payroll side should be done under the Singapore side, right? Because it's no longer follow because this employee technically no longer follow the Malaysia payroll to do their salary already, right?
Yeah.
And then for this fresh choice, their payroll is done by is paid by Malaysia ringgit or Sing dollar.
Malaysia ringgit.
Paid by Malaysia ringgit.
Yeah.
So why this employee is not directly under Malaysia company?
I'm not sure about it, but they working here in Malaysia and our company. So we pay all the Singapore one using our company money.
Okay, in normal procedure, you should what you should do is your this ultimate choice should issue an invoice to the fresh choice for the Singapore company. After that, just like that, then the payroll should be done by the fresh choice company inside the Singapore side inside the Singapore side. If you are doing both, then this fresh choice company should be paying in Sing dollar. Otherwise, your employee should be under Malaysia side. Malaysia side, I mean the ultimate choice this company, and pay the EPS also for them. Should be in this way lah. If you under the Singapore company, that means you need to contribute the CPF inside the Singapore company. It's not under the Malaysia one.
Okay.
Because that company is incorporated in the Singapore, not Malaysia SSM, right?
Yeah.
So it considered as Singapore's employee, not here. So there's no EPS also need to be contributed. If it really contributed, is like by a voluntary scheme, something like that.
Okay.
This is my understanding. I not say I'm always right, but for your situation, my advice would be in this way.
Okay.
Okay, how to key? Okay, we quickly go into the next part. Ad hoc payroll item. Okay, once you finish all the tools, allowance, all those employee maintenance, all these things, you'll go into the ad hoc payroll item. So this ad hoc payroll item, you have the period, which is the year over here. Then on top of that, there is from January until August of each of the month. Okay, the employee from the left hand side, you can choose which of the employee that you want to key in their variable allowance. You can select this name, or you can because the in front side here, the tick box is for the purpose of delete now. Is for the purpose of delete, but normally don't go and delete inside here. Don't go and delete. You just click on their name. Mouse over, click on their name. Click on their name. Make sure the name appear here. If you take the checkbox over here, you see what happened. If you take kitchen worker, up there still office worker, that means you are not keying the allowance for the office worker or for the kitchen worker. You still inside office worker. So if you click on service worker, I want to key in for service worker, but up there still office worker, you still key in for office worker. So how to make sure you're keying for the correct workers? You just click on the service worker here. Click on the name, not the tick box. Click on the name. So service worker will appear. After that, click on the particular month, so that you will refresh the record up to that particular month. This employee will take any of the others allowance or the deduction or not. It's still refreshing. Okay, service worker, click here, ensure the name is correct. Click on the August, nothing over here. So the next one, okay, here you have allowance, overtime, commission, bonus, all those items. So if you have variable allowance, then you just go inside this, check this allowance here, add new row, click on allowance, choose the allowance that you want to key in, like for example, basket, or you want to key in petrol. So all this will be automatic show inside here. Then you need to understand if you set the allowance correctly in the first section that I mentioned, here also show correctly. If you set wrong, if you follow the AutoCount default values, tick everything, then AutoCount will tick everything. Whether right or wrong, you also don't know. So better set up correctly at the first allowance setting over there. So at here, my petrol allowance, it really, you know that no need to take EPS also. Uncheck from here also okay. But this one will, that means every time you need to uncheck this box. If you don't want, go to the global setting, which is under here, tools, allowance here. Okay, there's one of the tips and tricks. Now you open one screen. Can I open another one? You can right click here, open new tab. So the system will open a new screen to let you do some configuration over here. Close down and you can back to the original screen. So now I want to change the petrol. Click edit, uncheck the EPS also over here, and HRDF. This one is not entitled, no need to contribute. Uncheck all these things. Okay, here, apply these allowance changes to related employee allowance. Check here, meaning that if any of the employees is the fixed allowance or deduction is using this setting, whatever things that you change over here will be applied to all these employees. Apply back. Okay, so I make sure this box is checked, and pay EPS also untick these two, and the pay HRDF untick. Click on save. The whole system will help me update everything. So once this one done already, close down this screen. Come back to here. Come back to previous screen. Inside the allowance here, add new row. I choose back the petrol allowance. So you will notice that pay EPF SOXO, HRDF no longer tick already. So to ensure next time you won't make a mistake. So I only have pay tax and the tax exemption rules over here. So I just fill up the compulsory field, which is the amount. Amount I want 500. Here, then click save. So this 500 already saved inside for this service worker. Then repeat the same step for the for this worker until finish. So up there if you are under the allowance, you just go to the allowance section. For the overtime, because your time attendance will brought forward all this value back to the overtime section here. So here no need to key in anything. System will take care for you. Okay. Next one, the commission. For this commission, if let's say you want to pay out the commission at the same month or the different or the different period, the commission you can key in here. Sales commission, driver commission that you lump sum inside here as a commission, you just key in inside here. Bonus, I think straightforward. Grant also very straightforward. Payment or arrears is meaning that back pay. The amount that you short pay by or you overpay, amount that you short pay by for the previous month, you need to key in inside the payment or arrears over here as a back pay. So this is the place that you can key in. Then deduction, any variable deduction. So okay, followed by advance. Just like advance, just like I mentioned inside the deduction over there. Why I advise that don't create an advance payment inside deduction, because AutoCount will create this section already as an advance. So you just use this part. Unpaid leave, no need to key in anything inside here. No need, because later on we'll have one section which is talking about leave entry. Or if your company is using e-leave, the system will automatically calculate the value inside here, inside the payroll item. Okay, the rest of them, BIK, any of you using BIK? Benefit in kind.
No.
Bishop, Vinny, no, right? Bishop, no, right?
No.
No, okay. Yeah, I skip this part. Okay, optional deduction. Optional deduction, only one thing that you need to know. But this thing I need to mention first, because AutoCount does not support this automatic calculation. It provides as an optional. So this, what is this? Is belongs to the social payment. For this social payment, every year got exempted 350 in the total amount, 350 per year. So this 350 will not be calculated into the PCB. But if you don't put the optional deduction over here, this 350 will be double tax inside your PCB. Okay, because normally if we deducted the EPF, social EIS we deducted from a salary, but when calculate the income tax side, the system will automatically bring in this value to calculate the income tax. So it's not exempted technically. That's why the optional deduction here it come into this place that the income tax got make it as tax exemption up to 350 ringgit per year. So to auto count side, you need to fill out manually. So if SOSO is 19 ringgit 0.75, you need to fill out manually over here to make sure to let the PCB lower down. But this function, there's no automatic calculation. That means you calculate based on your basic rate, how much is your basic rate, then calculate out the SOSO value, right? Automatic plug inside here, right? So like when the time I imagine, I also imagine like that. Automatic plug the value after calculate, then insert into the optional deduction. So you no need to key in anymore. If calculated result is 16 ringgit for SOSO, automatic plug as a optional deduction 16 ringgit. But for this auto count, no, not do so. So when I explain this to some of my other customers, they say, since not doing so, so they just leave it blank. They just leave it blank. It's up to you. You want to create this SOSO payment or not. It just make the PCB technically and legally lower down a bit. Okay, this one is for the optional deduction. The rest of two piece rate you are not using. Then CP38, this one is meaning that let's say some of the employee short pay the income tax value, income tax amount since previous year. So income tax will issue one letter to your company telling that you need to pay the CP38. So you need to put the value inside here. Need to pay how long? Also, you can state inside here. So you can repeat the same step for each of the employee.
Can you show the sample, Victor? Can you show the sample for CP38? Let's say like you say the letter from the government, right? So we have to deduct out from the employee, right? So how you function it? Can you show a sample?
Now I don't have the sample screen for CP38. I don't have the letter. But income tax will issue you a letter saying that there is a short pay of the PCB value from the previous year.
Let's say we just give a sample for 100 per month for this employee. So how you do it?
Okay, for CP38, I won't do inside here. You can go into the employee maintenance, look at one of the employees, addition and deduction. I just put here, addition and deduction, and then add payroll item. Let me see. Okay, there is no CP38 here. Oh, so there's no CP38 here. Okay, never mind. Go to this ad hoc payroll item, CP38. Add new one. Payroll type. And the description. You can put something over here. And the amount maybe is 150 ringgit. per year. Let me say. So every month that you need to come inside the AO payroll item over here and key in the CP38, the value inside here. So what will happen? It will deduct part of this person's salary as a lawful deduction, then calculate back, and then later on it will submit together with the current month PCB, then go back to the eData PCB, something like that. Either the eData PCB or you're using the ePCB, that module will contribute back. Okay, hopefully I answer your question. Just as simple as that. Just no need to think so complicated. Inside the system, when you receive a letter, how much you need to pay for each of the month. The income tax, the letter will give you a sample, give you a proper schedule. From which month to which month you need to deduct how much. You just key in the value only. Okay. So this is for the CP38. Okay. Vinny, okay, Miss Yap, are you okay?
I mean, if let's say like government showing 3 months together, so we have to do it every month, right?
Okay, if 3 months together, you click August, right? August, September, right?
September,
You
October.
click September and add a new row, then type.
Oh,
Save. So your September also got record already. Then October, you type inside here. You
okay,
can use this way,
understand.
type one by one.
Understand.
Okay. Vinny, okay or not?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, I move on to the next one. Time attendance import. Okay, this time attendance import, after your time attendance fully completed everything, attendance record finished, your attendance record, the OT, everything verified already. So from the system, you're able to export out one file. After that, this file will be imported to this AutoCount Cloud Payroll by using the time attendance import. So how to import? You just click on the import side. Configuration we will done for you. Just that you click on the import, click on this month end, choose the correct period you want to import. So description, you may put some of the description. You may put in maybe separate group, something like, okay, this is for the production, this is for the driver, this is for the this office one, separate attendance import also okay. You want to lump sum everything inside also okay. So you will put some description for salary for now is August 2022, a description, or you can put office staff, specifically for office staff also okay. So after you put one description, salary for August 2022, select the data source and import the time attendance. Just choose the file that exported out from the attendance. That's it. Okay. Now I don't have the Excel file, but I show you the Excel file that I successfully imported before. Okay. Once you imported correctly, you will have something like this. Daily worker, after that working hour. So overtime for a rest day or work day, you show here. You have this record. So overtime for rest day or work day, you'll be lump sum and calculate in total from your time attendance finish ready will be populated inside here. So once this one you got it, then you click on save. That's it. So this is one of the data you will be captured and later on processed to payroll. So just now I already explained ad hoc payroll item. This the data you need to prepare for every month. Time attendance import, also the data you need to prepare for every month. And then one more thing is leave entry record. You need to prepare for every month. So total 3 things you need to prepare before you go into the process payroll. Ensure these 3 things is okay. When the time you process payroll, it will be just simple and easy. So next thing, I will move over to the human resource leave entry. So both of your company also using the time attendance system. So this time attendance system will have the leave entry record. So this leave entry record I will show inside this system. I'll use one of my customers demo account to just show you some of the actual scenario. This will be the software system that you were using, and then you have some of the leave record. Okay, something like this one, leave type, which is the birthday leave. I see whether okay, this one unpaid leave. See doctor. So inside the system, you will fill up the leave type over here. If let's say but that particular day, the person apply for the leave. So for this leave record, you need to update both sides, two sides. First one is the AutoCount crowd payroll and the leave entry. Later I'll show you. Second part, you need to update inside here. Because of this leave record later on, if you don't fill up here, the record during the time attendance system, their process, the leave type will become absent, will automatically generate as absent because of the work day is that particular day is a work day, then the person does not didn't come for the work, is absent. So if there's no leave type insert inside here, then the system record will automatically calculate this person as absent. So how to edit it? You can just click edit and then change the leave type over here. Just add the unpaid leave over here. That's it. Okay. So second thing is you need to key in the leave entry inside here. Why you need to key in here is because the unpaid leave, all these things, after you key in inside here already, first thing you record the actual date, and also this record you can compare with the time attendance, whether tally or not. Sometimes they apply, if they apply leave, no problem. But sometimes if the employee do not apply leave, they don't know, or they forget already, you have the time attendance system to at least assist you to tell you, oh, this date, this person absent. So that employee actually apply leave or not. Then you can question them back. Oh, forgot already. Then quickly ask them, please take one application form and fill out the form, get the approval. After that, put inside your record. So this is how the both things work together. So when employee forgot, you have time attendance help you. If let's say nobody forgot, you just fill out both records over there. Time attendance the report will help you to generate a time attendance report like electronic time card. Then this leave entry will help you to generate this leave balance report later on. So these both will be helpful. So how to key in this leave entry? First, you just go inside the human resource. Go under the leave balance first. You can check, okay, this employee called Tan. Entitled got 7 days, and then balance got 2 days. Already taken 5 days. Still got enough, balance 2 days. Okay. Then go back to the leave entry. Add new. Deduct leave from employees. Okay, for the reason, put down some of the reasons. late info. Okay, apply for annual leave. If annual leave totally finish up, no balance, there's no more balance ready. Alternative leave type, you can choose unpaid leave. Okay. So select the full date that you wish to deduct. I want to apply for 29. If let's say hourly or half day, you can just choose at the right hand side. And if you want to apply random date, not only 29, I want to apply like this, 26. I can choose both. I'm not going to choose like this. I can choose 1 day here and 1 day here. And just one leave record will be okay. So afterwards, click on this employee, choose this, choose for the employee that we want to apply. Okay, done. And save it. Leave adjustment saved successfully. Apply for the annual leave for done. Okay. So if you have the e-leave, you can use the mobile apps to ask the employee directly apply for the leave. Okay. So far so good. Miss Xiao, got any questions here or not?
Yes, Victor. Let's say like, okay, now it's August, right? So we are using the payroll system by this month. So the employee got a brought forward leave. So where should I key in for them?
Where should you key in for the brought forward leave?
So the brought forward leave is like let's say this year maybe the employee got entitled 10 days, but he already taken 5 days. So balance left 5 days. So I should put in 5 days as accurate, right? Then where should
Your brought forward is brought forward from 2021 until this year.
Can say like that also lah, but 2021 maybe some of them don't have, but they have this year leave. So this year leave, the employee have been taken few days, maybe left 1 day or 2 days. So what should I do if now we are using payroll, starting using? So I should take the balance that they have to key into the payroll system, right?
Oh, okay. So if let's say you want to key in back the previous leave record, you can go to the tools and Excel import. Okay, Excel import. Click here. Go into the templates. You can use this carry forward leave. Click here. You download one Excel file. Click here, and then this one is specifically to key in the employee code, like this person annual leave since this 2022. The carry forward, sorry, 2000. This one is 2001. Carry forward, that means bring forward to next year. How much is the date? I mean, if let's say in 5 days, just put 5 days. Then followed by the second annual leave, 2021, or carry forward 3 days. After you've done all these things, save it and then import to the system. After save ready, let's say want to import, right? Okay, save. Upload, select the file, carry forward leave, and then click upload. It's not moving.
This is the suitable way, or maybe we can we no need to use the Excel table. We just whatever the employee have as today, then we key in. Can it be done also?
If you want to key in, yes, you can key in, especially for brought forward brought forward. For the human resource at the leave balance over here, you can click
Okay.
here. Then find out who is the name. Then click the pen, the edit button here. Key in the brought forward here.
Brought forward will do, okay.
You can key in here 3 days.
I think
something
much
like
more
that.
easier, right? Much more easier, right?
For this brought forward will be much more easier over here, but you need to take note of one thing, one issue. One issue which is if you have taken from, because if you're starting from August time, so August time, if you want to use the system by now, from January until July, you have this leave taken, right? Leave taken, okay, leave taken. Then this leave taken, you want to key in inside the system. So how to key in all this leave taken? Same thing, you go to Tools, Excel Import, Templates, Leave Transaction. So this leave transaction will download another Excel file also. So what you can do is you fill in the employee, the leave type, like annual leave. Okay, this one a little bit tricky. Here, you just need to fill out, okay, the person already take leave on 5th of January 2022. Put a comma here. After that, go to this followed by maybe 3rd of February 2022. Just key in so and so on. So and so on. Finish the full day leave. Then the system will after you've done this record, save it up, and then put it back to the upload back to the system. So the system will capture the leave transaction that this person already taken, start from January until July. You just key in until July will do. The rest you just do as a leave entry. You can use this.
Okay, I understand. Then Victor, I have a problem is because some of my like management staff, right? So sometimes they don't have leave already, but they are not coming lah. So the boss also will not deduct their unpaid leave. So means to say company is contribute this day for them. So do I have to do anything?
Your annual leave will become negative. Annual leave balance will become negative.
But is it advisable to do that? If let's say it's a negative, will it be when it brought forward the time, it will show to the next year deductible, is it?
This is for me as my standing point, this is the part that you need to advise your management. You need to advise your boss. They already finished up let's say already finished up the annual leave. Now will become deduct the unpaid leave.
No, but my boss is aware of it. But seems like he asked me to make a record saying the company is subsidize something like subsidize this leave to them. So because I don't know how to come across with this payroll system. If like what you say, it will show negative. If show negative,
this one is this one is nothing. Okay, this one first thing is related to your company structure or your company policy issue. Nothing come into the payroll yet. It's before that. Before that, if your management allowed this thing, so you need to ask your management, how many days do you allow? Is it unlimited? Or is it this person, no matter how many leave this person take, also you can allow?
Yes. This is like that. Can allow.
Okay, can allow.
So because it's a special contribution to company lah.
I understand. Okay, I will ask one extreme question. Go to infinite. Go to infinite. If this this manager totally don't come for work, you still
no,
pay
no,
the still no. So this is something that you need to give a balance. You can ask your boss, this person don't come for work, then you also pay him. Is it mean that this person whole month don't come for work, you also pay him? You get my idea or not?
Of course not lah. The
Yes,
workers
you say,
also,
okay, first question done already. You set a stage for your boss to think about that. Also cannot. So what is the date you can allow him to take extra?
I can't get the answer because the workers also not like what you say in the first place. Secondly, it's only like maybe he's a hardworking staff lah. So when he got like got something happen in a family, then only take, but not so often. And 1 month maybe 1 day, or maybe after 2-3 months 1 day. So company is given to them as free lah. So but
okay, according to law, if the employee already service for the long time, definitely they should entitle the better annual leave, like 16 days, something like that. If let's say they didn't finish up the 16 days, then you are in the safe zone, no problem.
Yes.
If let's say you are not under this 16 days, they took more than that, then you should have a control. You can, if your boss, I think your boss also aware of that, but you cannot tell by feeling. By feeling also can give, by feeling cannot give, feeling cannot set inside the system. Am I right? I cannot set my feeling inside the system.
Yes, you are right. But it's happened in my company. So I don't know.
You need to turn this table down, turn to another one, change your feeling into the figures. You have figures, you can calculate. You have feelings, how you calculate? Now we are using system, right? Tell your boss how I calculate feeling.
Yeah, this is my problem.
You ask a very straight question, how I calculate feeling. Tell me your condition. So if you're not telling the condition, I follow law. That's why I'm here to consult you about this thing. I go to many of the companies, they tell me about feeling, I say no. We have law to calculate this. So it depends on your situation. If let's say this employee really, you say hardworking, you want to provide him or her an extra. If let's say followed by year of service, if the person already serviced more than 5 years or above, actually the person got entitled 16 days.
16 days, of course.
If another situation, the person take more than 16 days, you become negative, right?
Yes. That's my problem now.
If let's say more than that is more, how many days extra? 5 days, 10 days, 30 days. So you need to make a judgment. This one is not, I think your boss only say, oh, give lah, but later on you show him a negative 30. 1 month unpaid leave already, you also give. So that's why I asked you the first question. If let's say this employee totally don't come for work, do you still pay or not? If you also cannot accept, then how come previously you still pay for this employee? We want to make a fair policy, right? What the payroll side, our standpoint is whatever you entitle should entitle. Whatever you should deduct, you should deduct. This is the standpoint. If you get the standpoint wrong, all the boss will say, give lah, benefit lah, give lah. Then you'll be headache. Is it need to give or not give? Everything thinks of feeling. We cannot run the system. Here the system, whatever the good system, the best system I give you, the HR system, tip top in the world, also go haywire. It cannot calculate the feeling. Tell your boss, if you want to run the system, no feelings, put inside here. Put inside the words and figures.
I understand what you mean. I understand.
If you are in the difficult situation to explain, you ask your boss, come and look for me.
Okay,
I
okay,
explain to your boss.
okay.
That's why this is our side, our consultants' responsibility to turn the table in another way.
Okay,
You can say
understand.
you want to change this, but you don't know how to explain. Then I explain to the boss. Since you want to
Understand.
use a system, then you need to follow the system way. If you want to follow your feeling, better don't use system. I don't want to sell the system to the person who calculate feeling. Cannot use one. In
Understand.
the end of the day, you will say the system totally rubbish, cannot use.
Understand.
Ah.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Victor.
Okay. Sorry, Vinny, take some of the times over here. So you have any questions for the leave entry or not?
For annual leave, let's say they took the advanced annual leave, how would it calculate?
Advanced annual leave.
Yeah. Means their annual leave for this year is finished already. They taken already, but they still take the advanced annual leave for next year one. Still got the, for example, got 2 months only for the next annual leave. So they took the advanced annual leave.
Okay, first of all, my question also the same. Your company policy allow or not?
Yeah.
So if your company policy allow, you just add a new one, deduct leave for the employee. Then okay, before that, go to tools, leave type, do the leave type setting up for the annual leave. Take this one, edit the annual leave, go for the limits, the limit with advanced leave.
Okay.
Ensure this one is checked. Okay. Entitlement calculation method, that means earn leave, meaning that is a prorate method. Prorate every month that the person work, then you automatic prorate. Earn leave by calendar year. So you can either choose by employees join or confirm date to calculate the whole service year, or just directly by calendar year. Calendar year meaning that 1st of January until 31st of December. As a one calendar year.
It's from their joint date.
From the joint date, then you can change the entitlement calculation from the joint date. If they can take even more advanced, that means the whole year haven't finished, they also can take the 8 days. Then you need to change to advanced earn leave by yearly leave by employee join or confirm date. But my advice is our payroll standpoint, give whatever entitled by this point of the time, deduct whatever at this point of the time.
Okay.
If you don't give extra, if you don't give too less, this is the payroll standpoint. Payroll standpoint, the best practice. If your management asks for more, then also okay. Then you just give up. But later on, you want to take back a little bit difficult.
Okay.
So once you have configured this part, save it, no problem. At the leave entry part, you can key in whatever values inside here, deduct how many days, then the system will automatically calculate until negative.
Okay. Understood.
But it's not a good sign if, let's say, balance become negative, then you cannot take back.
Okay.
Because that's why you want to use a system to help you control. It's not a system to let you go haywire, right?
Yeah.
You can use this one to advise your because you can say I lost track. That's why the things become negative. Now I have system ready. I use the system to help me keep track. I make sure everything is nice and calculate correctly. So your balance won't go to negative. If let's say you take more than that, you take unpaid leave. Fair, ma?
Yeah, same.
Okay. Oh, okay. So leave entry not only deduct the leave leave entry also can add leave can add leave to this employee. So during the leave entry side, you can add new append employee entitled leave. So append, you need to be aware some of the condition append must have certain circumstances but this one is not stated inside the law. Okay, some of the best practice condition is let's say this Hari Raya Haji, the holiday, the employee does not take the Hari Raya Haji. He was asked to come for work. Work finished already, but the boss say that don't want for that day, don't want to pay for the overtime, but will replace one leave, 1 day of the leave additional for this person. Yes, you can do that. Then you come to the append to this employee entitled leave, key in here, replacement holiday. Then for the leave type, append to the annual leave, append to the annual leave. Then appended date, 1 day, happen to be this employee all done. Then save it. So here will show as append, replacement holiday. Okay, this one is one of the method. Another tricky part. This leave entry, once you added inside here, you append is permanent, apply for the whole year. But if your boss got stated a condition, I want this any of the replacement holiday to be clear after 3 months. Within 3 months to be clear. I don't want to give whole year. I want this person go and rest, but not that day, but another day within 1 to 3 months. So you can use another function called leave credit. This leave credit. The difference between leave credit and the leave append this mode the difference is only the expiry date. So you go to the leave credit side, go to add new. Reason is replacement Hari Raya Haji. Select the annual leave. You give an expiry date. Okay, until maybe until 30th September. 30th of September. So I give 1 day, apply to this employee. So this will be forcing this employee, no matter how you need to take, if no take, this leave, no take for this annual leave, you will expire. So you no need to take a book and record, oh, this one expired when, that one expired when. So system will calculate for you, finish. No matter how, if we don't take this leave will be automatic expired. Then how you going to check the balance? Go to the leave balance here. Then check the leave balance. Okay, work forward three days here. Entitled 8 days. Leave credit provided 9 days. Taken 7 days. Then how many days expired? So that means you haven't utilized expired already. So balance got 5 days. So this is the whole complete leave record. Okay, if let's say it will go until the negative, the entitled will show negative directly. If you don't know how this thing happen, how the leave transaction works, maybe each of the record, how it calculate out, maybe the record on when, you can click on the I view. Will show you all the leave transaction, take by e-leave, by manual leave entry, got cancel or not. It will show you everything. Okay. So as a HR, you can delete or cancel it. You have a right to cancel it, but you need to provide a reason. Any of the record, if you think that maybe it's not right, especially on the e-leave side, then you can put a remark and cancel it. So this is under leave transaction. If you want to delete the record from the leave entry side, you can go back to the leave entry, like this one, replacement holiday, click on the dustbin and throw away, delete, just like that. Okay, Vinny, do I answer your questions?
Yeah, but I have some questions. I don't understand this part. Entry type got two, right? Deduct and abate. Is it deduct is it meaning it will deduct from our annual leave date or it will deduct from the salary?
Deduct leave is to deduct your leave entitlement.
Or
That means
leave
you take your annual leave, right? You
Yeah.
apply for annual leave, right? You deduct deduct the leave out from your leave entitlement, no?
Okay.
Minus out.
Okay, so for the just now you show me the replacement, you enter the leave type is annual leave, right? So it won't deduct from the annual leave.
It will deduct the leave balance from the annual leave. If you choose the deduct leave from employees.
Okay.
So here I demonstrate here is if you choose the annual leave, right? If your annual leave balance is not enough, that means your annual leave already becomes zero. So if you don't want to go further to the negative side, the alternative leave type, you can choose unpaid leave. So the balance will automatically go to unpaid leave.
Okay. Okay, understand.
Okay. So if your question, please ask.
Victor,
Please, yeah.
like what you say, when a person do not have annual leave, so but we still choose annual leave. So the system allow us to go on or not?
It will still allow you to do so if you got set this tools leave type here, limited with advanced leave.
Oh, okay.
You will go negative. If you set limited without advanced leave, then it will become until zero. Then we'll look for alternative leave type.
I see. Okay, understand already. Thank you.
Okay, good to go. Now 11:50. I still haven't go to process payroll because behind side will be much more easier already if you understand all this. Okay. Another one more tricky part, because you're starting using the payroll by this month. So one of the tricky part is you want to calculate the PCB. You need to have the first, like the January until July, all the record to get your PCB done correctly. Now you only left maybe a few more days to September to calculate the payroll. So if you got time to put all these values in, then you can use Excel import here. Excel import. Go under the templates. Go to YTD PR trans. YTD PR trans. This will be a very big Excel file. From here, you can fill up January, February, March, every month, each of the employee January data until the July's data. Okay, so you will have PR trans, allowance, deduction, payroll arrays, a lot of the Excel sheet over here. So here, imagine you want to fill up one employee. The period of time is 2022, 01, that means January. Salary is 3,000. So followed by same employee, 2022, February, salary 3,000. Continue until July. Fill up the whole Excel sheet, and after that, import to the system. It will complete the January until July. If you want to start August payroll, January until July. Okay. So if you want to fill out all these things, there's two advantage. One is your EA form will be correct. Your EA form will be correct. Your 12 months report will be displayed nicely. Okay, this is the two thing. This is the one of the benefit. Second one, your PCB calculation will be correct because you have January until July the data. So this is the very important point that you want to use this to generate. Then third benefit next year, because every next year before April, we need to submit CP8D, right? The Borang E. That Borang E information will capture all this data and populate to as a text file. You can upload by using the AutoCount one of the function to upload the file to the this income tax website. So CP8D also can be generated, but if you don't have this data behind there, no need to see for any of the data or not. Okay, so this is the important point that you want to use this system. Start from January until July to populate the data.
Oh, so with just now the Excel file, right? If I just take the January until July, the total lump sum, the total bonus, and the total PCB, can it be done also for an employee? Let's say employee number 1, okay, I get the accumulated January to July together with the bonus. Then I will generate their PCB, EPF for employee. Can this done also? I don't want to take month by month, just a lump sum.
My advice, if let's say this employee start from January already with your company until now, my advice is not to do a lump sum. Better don't do so. Because you have no reason to do a lump sum. Unless this employee is employed previously from previous company until here. You can do a lump sum. You can do a lump sum because of the TP3, that form already provide you a lump sum figure. But if the employee already with you start from January until now, there's no reason you want to do a lump sum for that report, because your boss will ask you, the employee will ask you, hey, what is my pay from January until my pay from March? Maybe he will ask you for such information. If you have a nice report, I will show you here. If you have a nice report, something like this, payroll report, payroll summary, monthly summary for 2022. If you have this report like this, from January until August, you have all these figures ready. It will be easier for the person to read, right? And for you to analyze and do the analysis, especially when you key in one thing wrong and your EA form come out something wrong already. If you key a lump sum, I cannot analyze for you. That's how important if let's say from January until for every month. My advice is a best practice is you want to key lump sum also okay, but you will have the behind a lot of trouble. For the previous employment, we no need to say that is from another company. For your current company, there's a reason why you want to do for every month.
Okay, in another way, like I have every month summary salary listing. I do at Excel file. So this Excel file can apply with the payroll system or not?
No.
No.
You need to follow the AutoCount template.
Template here.
Yes, you can copy paste the data by value. Because some of the fields here you see, it got a special formula. If you
see.
copy paste your Excel value, you will overwrite. This one become nothing.
I see.
You can only paste by value inside here to ensure the box is still happening. Later on, if something wrong, you cannot import, you find it vector. Hey, vector, how come I cannot?
Understand. So means the same as follow the template supplied by Payroll system.
Yes.
Okay, I
If you
understand.
follow exactly, you will reduce down 80% of the errors.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Vinny?
Yeah, I understand.
Understand? No problem.
Yeah.
So
no
here,
problem.
this is the part that you need to fill up for everyone. Then ensure all your data already captured inside here. Okay, I minimize down. Then afterwards, go to Excel import here, upload back this data inside the system. Then system able to capture January until July. There will be a lot of work over there, but one time done, your EA form, your CPAD, everything will be complete. Okay, there will be one question now. Customer ask me, hey, I put back this previous data, later AutoCount charge me or not? Because AutoCount charge by month, every month. So I put back this January until July, then AutoCount charge me on. I put back 30 employees, then AutoCount charge from January until July. Wow. So what a big figure for AutoCount earn a lot. So my answer here is no. If you are using templates like this one, you import back, then there's no charges. If you do your payroll start from January finish until July, there will be a charges because you use the calculation. That's why if you fill up the template, then there's no charges. Unless your boss saying that he can pay AutoCount the more fees, then you start working from January until August, do one by one. Then okay lah, you can. So otherwise, you use the template to complete the calculation over here. Okay, there's another customer asked me, since AutoCount able to import the the Excel file like this, can I put 12 months data inside there, then straight away generate EA form? Then I don't need to pay anything lah. I put 12 months data inside there and then process. So this question I asked AutoCount before, their answer to me, no, you must at least process one of the month. December also okay, must pay 1 month. The rest you want to import, can, no problem. You cannot directly populate 12 months data inside there and generate with free. There's no such thing as free. So all these difficult questions I asked for you, you already got the answer. Okay. So let's say this previous data done, time attendance done, ad hoc payroll item done, fixed addition and deduction, all the value done, leave entry, everything done with any leave entitlement, everything settled. So then we go for the process payroll. Oh, sorry, I might take another 15 minutes to complete this thing because today's question a little bit more. So I take 15 minutes to complete the rest of the part. Is it okay?
Okay.
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 So process payroll, for this process payroll and process payroll 2.0, use the process payroll 2.0 because process payroll, this one will be the old function, will be obsolete one day. So you better get used to the new interface, which is process payroll 2.0. Whether it is still at the previous site, you still can able to get used to the process payroll 2.0 first. Okay, so once you go inside the process 2.0, okay, here there's a lot of the period open up. once you imported by the Excel file for the previous data, right, you will see the type here, payroll type will show as year-to-date payroll. Now I don't have the sample data to show you, but it will show you as year-to-date payroll from January until July. You're able to see that. Okay. So how to open the new payroll process? Go to here, new payroll process, select the payroll type, month end and second half, select the payroll period, which is the September or August. Okay, select all the employees. Make sure your leave cut-off date is until the which date. For example, yes, I think past few days, I got one customer telling me the leave cut-off date from them is until 20th. Next cycle will start from 21st. So the leave cut-off date for them will be until 20 for that particular month. So the new cycle will be at the 21st until next 20th. But their salary, the cut-off period still the same, 1st until 31st. So for you, I think quite straightforward, right? 1st to 31st, that's all. Nothing special, right? Or for Miss Yap's side, nothing special, right?
Nothing special. We cut off at every end of the month.
Every end of the month. So you just choose last day, finish, end story,
yes.
last day.
Yes.
Vinny?
Yeah, same last day.
Same last day. Oh, so simple. My customer and our one so complicated. Okay, here you just put salary for September 2022. So here you can select all employees or you can select some of them. Let's say only got one employee got problem. I don't want to calculate first. I calculate for everybody. I select everyone, 14. Then another one, Johor, I don't want. Later on, I process. So I process this one first. Next. Okay, I process this one. Then you show me all the employee here. Then next, go to process. And click yes. So the system will run. Do all sorts of calculation, take the data from ad hoc payroll item, time attendance, leave record, previous data, and everything pumped together and process the payroll. Finish up already, then you see, Ahmad, the basic salary is this much. Got EPX also and PCB tax. Then the navigation of here, this one is the details. At the right hand side, the left hand side is the summary. Summary here. The net pay for this Ahmad is 4,000 something. So you will see these 3 dots over here. These 3 dots you're able to click and reset. And click and reset the value. So when clicking the reset, the same procedure, you take from the ad hoc payroll item, time attendance, leave, and then the previous data, and then calculate, pump it together, and then recalculate again. So all these values inside here, this is at nearly the final stage to calculate the payroll. Any of the value you still can change it over here. You can click and add new row and change over here. But whatever you change over here, it means override the data. So once they override, this will be the final value. So let's say if you add one allowance over here, basket 100, say, then you let the system do the recalculation. Yes, you recalculate the allowance, you see 100 here. So let's say anything you found it, something wrong. I want to reset the everything. So this side, you will click reset, click yes. This 100 will gone. Because this reset meaning that you will take, you will reset all the values inside here. You take again from ad hoc payroll item, high maintenance, leave, and this previous data, calculate again. So if you want to add something permanently for this employee, please go back to the ad hoc payroll item, add it back, and here come back to here, click reset. So the system able to capture the latest one permanently. So here, anything you change here will be temporary, but already finalized. Okay. So this side, there are two things, at least three things you need to take note. First one is the PCB calculation details. AutoCount provided the PCB calculation details in step by step. So it tells you how you calculate the PCB, like this one 58.55. This is the PCB value. So this export to text file is meant for us, our support, to check your calculation details. Is it okay or not? It's not for export to the LHDN. It tells you the format error. Cannot. So AutoCount provide you the calculation details. Second, if you don't believe AutoCount calculation, so AutoCount give the data to the Hustle website here, hustle.gov.my. This is a Hustle website with the data inside. So all the values already populated. You just click on calculate. So you'll find out the final value is 58.55. Exactly the same. So you can use these two reference points to check with your ePCB. If let's say you are using the ePCB module to check the PCB whether calculate right or wrong. Sometimes you say AutoCount calculate wrong. Don't know why. Then AutoCount give the data to PCB calculator. Calculate both sides also right, but your side wrong. That means you need to check how you input the data. So if both sides also right, so here there's not much issue over here already. Okay. So second things that you need to check is whenever there are some of the employees, they have leave balance, they already resigned, left the company. So you need to put down a pay leave, right? And cash back the leave. So you go to pay leave, click here, and then key in how many days of the pay leave this person entitled. Let's say it's 3 days. So it will calculate the value for you. Click across, then recalculate the value. Okay, you will show up the pay leave in the total amount. Okay, here, third things, if the employee joined at the mid of the month, let's say now it's 19, just join this day, just join today. How about the 1st until 18? What will happen? So the 1st until 18, the system will follow your date join. If this person joined 19, right, you follow your date join and then do the calculation. How many days of work is not working? So you can put 18 days. Then key inside here, do the recalculate. Actually, this one done automatically by the system. But here I just want to demonstrate to show you how the system prorated the salary. So after take out the 18 days which is not working, the basic salary will drop down to 2,000. So it will calculate start from 19 to end of the day. End of the month. 19 to end of the month. Okay. So this is the upper side. Lower downside here, there will be a summary amount. Total EPF employer is how much? And from EPF, PCB, social EIS, and HRDF, this will be a total amount paid by employee or employer. Will give you analysis. Okay, after done here, down here will give you a summary file, which is the payslip. This payslip, before you committed, or I can say before you finalize the payroll, it will give you a draft payslip, which is there's a watermark draft to let you have a quick view whether how the payslip looks like. This is inside the A4 paper size. a full size of the payslip. So in the AutoCount crowd payroll, there is a total of 10 over different type of the payslip, 10 types. You can choose whatever you want. Normally, there are half size. There will be more half size of the paper. So you can take a look inside the payslip. So next one, you provide you the payroll summary report, which is this one. Okay. So this payroll summary report will be in this way. It will give you the quick view of this employee. After that, until the department, there will be a department analysis here. This department total how much? So another department total how much? This local department total how much? You can group by department costing. Okay. So here after you done already, if everything is okay, you can directly go for this commit all button here. Then confirm the commit, click yes. You finally commit. That means commit the this payroll. Before commit and after commit, what's the difference? After you commit, you go down there, you see there's a lot of summary reports coming out. This one is after you have committed the payroll. So it will give you the actual report. The watermark will take out, then summary report will be finalized, able to export to Excel, all these things. So just now, this Excel file you see only got print button, right? Just print out. So later on, if you go to this payroll summary report, so you will have export to what type of the report that you want. PDF, Excel, Word, all these will be opened up. Compared to this one don't have. Okay, watermark will be taken away. Then you will go to the next one, electronic payment. This one later I'll show you. Okay, numbers of employees here, it will ask you whether want to send or notify or release the payslip now or release by schedule. That means if all your employees now they're using the AutoCount crowd payroll, they're able to log in the mobile apps by that means you invited them to the to this AutoCount crowd payroll by email. After that, they will able to use the mobile apps, download the payslip by their mobile apps, so that you will save a lot of paper. No need to print payslip for them. But this one is actually free by mobile apps. If you want to use e-leave or e-claim other things, this one can be charged. The AutoCount will charge separately. Okay. Now I need to move on to next one. Okay. Just now we process 14 employees. Now we want to process the balance of the employees, right? Okay, last day, select all employees. This one, September. So AutoCount will calculate this balance 2% haven't calculated. So I quickly process it. So everything will be fine. Commit all. Hey, for your side, remember, don't simply do what I do. Because at my account side, my account is a demo account. For your account, once you click commit, your billing cycle will run. That means you will calculate how many employees you have and then charge accordingly. So when you click the commit button, please make sure you read correctly. Commit all. Do you want to commit this payroll? This will make payslip available for employee. Billing calculation, that means you start invoicing your company. AutoCount invoice to your company. So committing is free of charge for trial period. So make sure you read correctly for all this message, then click yes. Okay. Let's say it finished already, you'll see, you have first group 2 employee, second group 14 employee. You can process it in different batch, different batch. After that, when you want to calculate want to do the payment, Go to electronic payment. So here you can see description. I want to choose this 14%, or I want to just pay for this 2%, or I want to combine both together. So at here, let's say I want to pay for this 14%. I go to employee payment, public bank. Here I download the text file. Different bank got different option. Like public bank, it will ask you public bank enterprise credit debt for which one. Include mobile number or not. Then you just check this checkbox out. After that, click on download. Once you download this file, you upload it to your public bank portal. Then you follow this text file accordingly to process the employee payment. So your credit debt will be credit specifically on this date. Not all the bank got this function. Some of the bank they do not have this option, so that different bank got different interface. So for public bank support this credit debt. For the CIMB, download, you see only have credit debt, don't have others. So different bank got different situation. So once you already put down your credit debt, download, direct upload to the bank portal. So your medical transaction will be complete. You want to select the 14 employees, or you want to select both, also okay. So here the EPF SOSO and EIS also the same. For the EPF and EPF site, you just click on download, upload to the KWSP website. SOSO and EIS recently come out the combined version. So for the AutoCount crop payroll, they haven't come out the combined version yet. But inside the system, the portal assist over there, they still provided the separate SOSO and EIS for the contribution. So you're able to upload the text file to the site separately, no problem. Once the SOSO and EIS come out as the new function as an optional one, you're able to take this one to upload directly to the portal assist. No need to separate again. So AutoCount will make this happen, I think, very soon. Okay, this one is for the electronic payment. Any questions in this side? 19 really. Miss Yap, any questions?
No.
No, okay. Vinny?
No.
No, okay. I quickly move on to next part. Reports. Payslip. Okay, payslip, you have 10 over types of the payslip. You can choose over here. Just select any one of them and then do review. So some of the payslip, let's say some of this information is not available inside there. You want to do some simple customization, yes, be able to help you to do so. So let's say you don't want signature over here, you want to take out. This one we can help you to do so. You want to change the whole format, change the whole structure, or this one depending on your scope. If this whole format or redo a new format will be chargeable, depending on the situation. Okay, this one is a payslip. There's 10 over types you can choose. Then payroll report. There are many payroll report will be available. Monthly report, yearly report. All these are inside here. So I only show you the important part, which is the HRDF report. HRDF report, you can check the September and then preview. So this is how the system calculate for the HRDF levy. Then total HRDA levy for the September is 416.62. There's no e-submission for HRDA levy because final, you just submit final amount to the HRD the portal will be okay. Just directly pay the amount. Okay. Just now I promised that I want to show the loan. Okay, loan here. Okay, for the loan, you need to pay by installment, like the employee borrow the loan, pay by installment every month. Here, I just add new, select the employee, which is need to pay for the loan. Then the loan amount is 10,000. AutoCount will provide the interest amount. This is a special function, but in the law side, cannot charge interest. Okay, so for the type the loan description, you just put description here. Repayment is 12 months, starting from which month to which month. The AutoCount automatic do the calculation and save it, and you apply for this employee. Okay, so each of the month, the period when you open up the new payroll period, right? So the amount will automatically deducted for this employee. Let's say for the time here, right? You see from April is paid. Until January, everything is paid. It means each of the month, when the payroll open, you directly pay already automatically. So you don't need to create any special deduction for that. If let's say one day the person strike Toto, then he say I want to pay off this loan directly. Then this person can pay by cash settlement. Then click here, cash settlement. Interest discount, you can put some of the interest discount or 40 ringgit. Select the month, there's no month need to pay. Okay, set this cash settlement now. No loan interest, we mark blah everything. Pay for directly all this, and then save. So you state here by cash settlement. So it will help you to do a record. So another function for the loan here is each of the month the loan will start running, right? So whenever there are one of the month the employee say, hey, this month I do not have, so I need to pay some other things. I do not have much cash to pay the loan. Can I pause for 1 month and continue next month? So you can click on the pause button, suspend for this month, process your payroll first. Payroll finish ready, come back here and pay back the loan. Just pause and play. Okay, just that simple. So it will continue for the next month. Okay, so this is the loan function, how to do so. Then later on, when going into the process payroll 2.0, I'm not sure it's under this one. Find Chester. Okay, here. So this Chester, when processed, it will appear inside the loan deduction here. Loan amount. So when you open a new payroll process, it will show inside loan. So this is the value. So you no need to create a new deduction just for loan. Cost for loan already built in here. Okay. So I already demonstrate most of this AutoCount crowd payroll function. So finally, after you already pay out this EPS also everything, then already pay out the payslip, everything done, management report, everything done ready. Since you have the AutoCount accounting, right? AutoCount accounting. So this system able to link back to AutoCount accounting by using a plugin. A plugin directly installed under the AutoCount accounting site. Press a button over there to retrieve the data. The data will be automatic. Get it from the cloud level. Download down. After that, you will post it as a journal posting. So there will be no employee details, no employee name inside that journal. It's just a lump sum amount of each of the department or total value only. That means you only see the total value, something like this: EPF, employee, total 4,000. Then HRTF, this much. That's it. No employee name inside the journal. So this is how the AutoCount link it back from payroll to the accounting system. Okay, so far so good. 12:30 already. So sorry it takes too much time, but to hopefully can answer all your questions. So for the report side, I don't demonstrate much because it's just read and view. If you have anything don't understand, just let me know. And you can just WhatsApp me the message. We will give you our this full support lah. Okay. Okay. Any final question? I just take another 5 minutes to end this section. Miss Yap, got any question or not?
For unfixed allowance.
Unfixed allowance.
Where
Okay.
we should go?
Ad hoc payroll item. Go to allowance side, add new row, choose the allowance that you want. Petrol, put one value inside, save.
That's all lah.
That's all. That's it. Finish. If this month have, another month don't have, you just key in on the month that this person entitled. That's it.
Then I have 4 employee. It's a foreign workers, right? We only calculate the amount of their wages, but we are not paying out from our company. So is it advisable to do it from this AutoCount payroll system?
Or you pay out as expenses?
No. We just calculate on behalf for other company. Then we will give the pay slip to that company. Then they will pay out the wages. But for their advance, right? Their advance will be paid by our company first. Later, we submit the pay slip to them. Then we will claim back from them.
So you need to open a new company, then act as you are the outsourced HR for that particular company. You help them on behalf of them do the payroll.
We help them to do the payroll, but payment, let's say like for their advance salary, we will pay by us, but we will claim back later lah. Means the whole expenses is belong to other company, not us. We only do the calculation to them only.
My advice is if you can do a special bank account, you help them to manage their bank account, pay out directly, also better to be doing this one, because the advance is paid by your company name, it's not by their company name. You will be trouble for the future. You will be trouble for the future because paid by your company, not by their company.
So
later on, they'll see the salary will be different. How come paid by this company, not by the actual company?
So for this 4 person, right? Your advice is we do separately lah. Don't want to do it in the payroll system, is it?
You can do it inside a payroll system. The thing is, your salary you're doing on behalf. You need to think yourself as an outsourced paid HR. Then you can create a company and then help them on behalf of them do their payroll. The only thing I need to comment is on the advance salary. You need to pay out directly from their bank account because the bank account got their name, right? You pay out from your company, you'll be violate something like a violation. Because
normally they advance by cash.
Advance by cash, okay. Advance by cash, you need to get or write a consent letter. Get the employee to have a signature of that, to have a mutual agreement, to consent that they can accept the payment by cash. They need to have a consent letter. For this Employment Act, all this payment transaction must be done by like this finance institute. That means from which name to which name, everything must have a record. Unless it's consent, the person can receive by cash. You need to have the letter to protect your company.
Means this letter is from the company that we are doing on behalf of that company, right?
You need to do it on behalf of that company so that they issue a consent letter, pass to the employee, sign on that. That means the
Okay.
employee agreed to receive with cash. If without this one, the labor officer will think this one you need to pay by financial institute.
But let's say we're using this payroll, right? Payroll system. So what about when the government want to see the transaction? So they will finally know that this 4% workers, right? So it's not our company workers. So how to explain to the government body to explain?
How to explain to government body
Yes,
for
because
this 4%?
that's why that's my main problem.
How to explain? That if you follow what I said just now, there's not much things that you need to explain, because that is a procedure for. If you're doing the things is different way, in the beginning time already very hard to explain. So you need to correct the things back. You need to correct the things back. Because at the beginning, how you explain if the advance payment is coming out from another company name, the bank account is another company, already cannot explain already.
Because the earlier part is doing manually lah, so we don't have any problem at all lah until this stage lah. But now we are using payroll system, so that is why, because the record will be inside the payroll system. So that is what I worried for this 4%, which is not our company workers. But we just work on behalf to calculate their salary, because they send the workers to our field for working. So what is your best advice, Victor? Do I think I need to put into the payroll system? As previously work manually.
You can put. You can, like just now, what I say, you can treat yourself as an outsourced HR. You help on behalf of them to pay these 4 employees do their payroll salary. But in the end, anything that you need to charge back, you need to charge back to that company. This is the one key point. So once you complete the payroll already, complete everything done already, then later on, for the advance, you need to advance from their company bank account. It's better. If you want to go by cash, you need to go for the consent letter. So later part, all the records you still can keep inside the system. And finally, do you want to issue the EA form or not? I think yes, right? EA form, you must have from the first month until the last month of the year. Otherwise, you cannot come out the EA form. So all this, if you want to do, you need to follow that you are the outsourced HR from or outsourced payroll officer from that company. You just on behalf of them do the payroll, finish up, issue the payslip, then help them to do the payment. That's it. It's very simple.
But now the problem, the payment is not done by us. The payment is done by that company.
So you need to negotiate with them the payment side. You can send the payslip to them. They just do the payment. But advance salary, they need to pay out from their bank account. Don't come out from cash or anything from your side to reduce the risk. to reduce the risk. If you still want to come out, yes, consent letter.
But the reason is this 4% is that company legal foreign workers. So because it's illegal for the foreign workers, they need to pay for the EPF, the SOCSO and EIS.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
You just help them calculate the SOCSO EIS, and the SOCSO EIS need to log in their company's SOCSO EIS account, the portal access, pay that side. I mean, in the legal way, right? Just directly pay that side.
that is why they have to pay all the thing, right? So the payment is not done by us. Only the advance is done by us. But we claim back from them.
So at least very simple. You ask the EPF, SOCSO, EIS, all these things from them, the login account. Then you help them upload the text file. After upload the text file, there will be a bank transaction over there, right? Ask for the approval. Then the payment still done by them, but you just complete all the transaction only. You upload EPS text file, SOCSO text file, PCV that text file. All these things you can do. And after that, the rest payment by them. Still the same, right?
Oh, I see.
You just help them complete the transaction only. That's all. Unless they say they do not allow you to log in the EPS SOCSO that portal. So you no need to ask the login from them. You just pass them, oh, this is the EPF file. Then you upload in this way. This is SOCSO file. You upload text file in this way. After finish upload, including the payment file, then you can straight away proceed for payment.
But it will be messy if they mix with our company.
No. You just open a new company. Okay, subscription portal. Add a new company, 4% only.
4%.
Yes,
Okay.
4%. A new company, 4%. But the AutoCount will charge you extra because of you open a new company. So you can separate it a different company. Don't group it under your company. Make it another company. Put down their SOCSO number, EPN number, whatever. Put down there, then just directly do at that side.
Understand.
So finish your question already. So for Vinny side, only one question I haven't answered you yet, which is for foreign employee who Vinny, you still there or not?
Sorry? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I need to be quick a bit. For foreign employee who work on Sunday, the salary rate is different. You got one rate, right? 55 per day.
Yeah.
So foreign worker working on Sunday, you count by day, right? So that's why this time attendance system over there, I need to put the unit as day. Then at the tools overtime here, then here you can make it add a new one. Let me see. This one not correct. Add a new one. For OT foreign worker, OT for overtime labor for foreign employee. Okay. So after that, add the details. This one I will help you to do the setup inside your account once already implemented the time attendance. So here, actually is overtime for rest day, work on Sunday. Okay, work on Sunday. This work on Sunday is only first 8 hours, right?
Yeah. Actually, our company working hours for local workers 8 hours, but for foreign workers it's 9 hours.
9 hours. If they work more than 9 hours,
it's calculated
it's calculated as
overtime.
Overtime. So
Yeah.
is there any different rate for that? Different rate?
So overtime is based on their per day rate, and their rest day is different. They 1 month they can took 2 days rest day only,
Or approved 2 days
not
only? Okay.
but not on Sunday. Not Sunday is we calculate as their working day, but the rate is different.
So that means if they work on rest day, they should work 9 hours. If they say more than 9 hours, what will be the OT rate for them?
Yeah.
So if let's say the first 9 hours is now you right down here is 55 per day. So
Yeah.
more than the 9 hours, every 1 hour, how you calculate?
Times 1.5 I calculate. See the 1 hour, calculate the 1 hour, how many means 55 ringgit divide by 9 hours. So I calculate 1 hour price rate and I times 1.5.
Times 1.5. Actually, if working on rest day, right? Working on rest day, more than the normal working hour, the OT rate should be 2 times. 2 times.
But Sunday we won't calculate as their rest day because
No, I
they
mean just now I mentioned work on rest day lah. If let's say work on rest day, so your Sunday is not work. Sorry, I mistaken your question lah. If your Sunday is not a rest day, it's a normal working day. That's why your salary rate is different because of your Sunday is working as 55 per day. So the Sunday is considered as an off day. Is it considered as an off day?
no, it's not considered off day. They already have the off day for 2 days a month. So the rate only the different. For normal day we all work together, so we charge the rate different. For Sunday only because all off day they're working, so we charge the rate is different, 55 ringgit.
Just especially for Sunday only, right? No matter
Yeah,
it's a rest day or normal day, only Sunday is different rate.
Yes, only Sunday is different day.
Okay, this one I will deal with you separately lah. Okay. Because this is a little bit special, I will deal with you separately.
Okay.
Also, any other question other than this?
I want to ask, is it compulsory for foreign workers to deduct the EPF? And
Foreign
SOCSO?
workers to deduct EPF, no.
No, so SOCSO also no, right? Not compulsory, right?
It's also compulsory for employer side to contribute. You must you must apply for the SOCSO.
If we treated they as a part-time worker, also is it compulsory?
Yes. No matter part-time or full-time, so long it's a foreign worker, the employer need to pay for the employer part lah. Employee no need to pay. But they must be provided with the valid permit.
Okay. If say like